Boiler hide me. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the finals of our second season of Binding of Isaac Racing League. Oh, I've been waiting to say that for 6 months. That feels so right. So on that note, let's welcome in our finalists. On the left-hand side, TheLogcat from the AFC made it here by taking out a lot of tough competitors on the way, including knocking off Cobalt Streak from his undefeated run. And he'll be taking on tonight the man with home field advantage, iKasperr, representing New Orleans, who is 15-1, hasn't lost since week number 1. So we've got a crazy matchup about to begin here. You can see they both got Isaac. Let's go to the rules really quick, and we'll get this linked up in chat a lot for you here tonight. This is kind of crazy. So your same boiler items are all still banned, and you can see on the left-hand side, let's go through this list. Blue Candle, Sacred Heart, Polyphemus, Brimstone, Mom's a Knife, Habit, Wafer, Miter, the Relic, Guppy's Paw, Treasure Map, the Compass, and the Crystal Ball are all banned. And again, you can't get any map items either, so no Liberty Cap, no Kane's Eye, no World card, no Sun card, no Emperor card for teleports straight into boss fights. You can see down below, you can accidentally pick up trinkets, but you have to get rid of those two before they proc whatever the map reveal is on them. So again, before the Compass procs on either of those two, you would have to get rid of it. Now the important portion, on the right-hand side, your big rules for this. All the standard boiler rules still apply. You can D6 any of the items you see on the left-hand side of the screen and the same 7 from all season here in Boiler. So that includes Dr. Fetus, Epic Fetus, Ipecac, Dead Sea Scrolls, the Holy Bible, Toothpicks, and the Shovel. Everything there is rerollable, along with everything on the left, so big advantage there possibly. No becoming full Guppy. You already see Guppy's Paw is banned, but you cannot get 3 total items throughout the span of your run and become the cat. Speaking of 3s, here's the big one, guys. You can never have more than 3 permanent red hearts. So, you can go into Devil Deals and actually spend those if you want to, and go back and pick up health up containers at that point. But you can never have more than the original 3 that you start with, so you have to be very careful of, let's say, health up pills, for example. That would be an instantaneous reset if you're already sitting at 3. So if you ever get a 4th red heart, it's over at that point, you're resetting. It's kind of brutal rules. And again, we're going to race best 2 out of 3 all the way through the chest, so you're going to have to pick up the Polaroid, you know that for a fact. So Mom's First might be real handy in this run, especially with some of the trinkets that you could wind up with. But on that note, these 2 are good to go anytime they're ready. They're in a call, so let me get you a link into both of their channels. What's up, Mr. MV? How you doing today, sir? Perfect timing. So there's a link into both Logcat and Kasperr's channels. My God, can all 2,000 of you please go into both of their channels, even just for a second or 2? Ooh, put that on low, Logcat. There you go. Good timing on that one. Good remembering on that. Again, please give these 2 both the support they deserve because they have gotten all the way to the finals here. One last epic matchup in season number 2. Logcat on the left, Kasperr on the right for all the marbles. And they'll do their countdown whenever they're ready, so this might take a while. Prepare your butts. But let's have a real good race here, and again, best of luck to both of you 2. And again, great job getting here all season. Even if you aren't the winner here tonight, don't be let down because both of you 2 have done amazingly up to this point this season. So best of luck. They are off and racing. Let's get these finals going, ladies and gentlemen. Wish them both good luck. Excuse me. And ooh, look at this. So Kasperr probably going to wind up resetting here. He's got Guppy's head and Mom's pad, and again, that is a reset for him. Again, I'm a little bit behind on Logcat, so let me actually catch his up. Well, I'm way behind on Logcats, apparently. Let me catch his up. See where you're running to. Lo and behold. Yep, missed a few rooms, so wow, that was laggy for no reason. So anyways, on into his item room. Unicorn Horn in there for LogCat. That's going to be a reset for him, though. He doesn't want to get rid of that D6 too early on. There's a lot of items, remember, that you can re-roll today. So that D6 is almost necessary to keep with you. There are a lot of banned items, and you really want to have the chance to re-roll them if you see them. So let's see, Blood Rights again, a space use item. If that's not Small Rock, and it's not, Kasper's going to reset this one too. So let's see, new item room for LogCat, and new one for Kasperr as well as he resets. Ooh, Mom's Contact, we're off and running, guaranteed here. Ooh, Mom's Bra off of that reroll, that would have been nice. But again, Freeze Effect on the right-hand side for Kasperr, so he's off of a really good starting item here, and especially for the last two bosses, Isaac and Blue Baby. That Freeze Effect is key. I'm not even kidding, guys. That is a brutal effect. You can see it freezing that enemy, and this one as well. That will really help against boss fights. And if they're going to fire back at you, they can't do so when they're frozen, so that is a great find for Kasperr. Let alone, really good find with his first boss fight being Steven, so he knows he's getting one of two items off of this, either a tier damage increase, or he's going to get a follower with homing tiers on it. So one way or the other, a little bit of extra damage output here for Kasperr, as he couldn't use a red heart anyways, so this is perfect on the first floor. Again, if you guys are looking at the rules, there's a link, and that Imager link has the finals rule set. You can never have more than 3 red heart containers at any point. So Kasperr, very lucky, knows he will not get one here. And he actually gets this item free of charge. Oh, the poop. Team Poop, and it's on the wrong side. So the Cleveland Browns living up to their name. And again, another reset there as LogCat not so lucky here with the poop. We call it a carry item, but it's a total joke. Anyways, Kasperr picking up Little Steve. Excuse me again, sorry for the hiccup. And again, he'll take that on with, so follower with base damage homing tiers on it. And finding himself that key he needs early on. Also with the fish head is Kasperr, so if he does take damage, he's got a chance that'll spawn some friends till the end flies, which are the same things you see LogCat with right now, as he just found those in his curse room. It's the poop, GG. Oh, it's all good, don't worry about it, Substance. Not even a problem, dude, we don't care. Hashtag Team Buttless. I know, it's ridiculous, isn't it, Radiation? And again, what's up, everybody? I'm sorry if I haven't called out everyone by name, too, here, but seriously, good to see everybody. Glad you're here for this one, for real good battle, because these rules are not going to be easy. Oh, and Law getting no luck here. Can't even re-roll these items he's finding, but Bloodrite showing up yet again. And again, with so many banned items, you're not going to get rid of the D6 in your first item room. But sooner or later, we're going to have to see something here. Ooh, Parasite, there we go. LogCat's going to be off and running. Ooh, and just got out of the way of that bomb, too. But split shots for LogCat, so really good starting items for both racers. And now Log will try to make up some time, as he just has to find his boss fight to move on to the same floor that Kasperr's working on. Yep, we're going all the way through the chest. Ooh, and Starsguard now for Kasperr. That's a guaranteed port into your item room. He's got plenty of keys and a real small floor here, so he won't use it quite yet. That may be safe for the next floor. And speaking of that, we're going to wind up with Charm of the Vampire. So every 13 kills that you make, that'll actually heal you for half a heart. And it's a little bit risky when you're going through the chest. Maybe you want that Polaroid to enact. Kasperr, thinking along those lines, is actually going to leave it behind. So again, if you're trying to keep the Polaroid available to you and you want to stay at half a red heart, you kill off a 13th enemy, suddenly you have a full red heart container and maybe no way to get rid of that. So he's going to leave it in this case, and this is why Squeezy will get him 2 soul heart containers and a fire rate increase as well. Ooh, into that devil deal, I was going to say, bye-bye to 2 red heart containers. Kasperr going to take flying and spectral tiers with LogCat's favorite item, Spirit of the Night. So we've seen the poop show up on the left for LogCat, Kasperr's quote-unquote favorite item, and now Log's favorite item show up on the right-hand side for Kasperr. So it's all backwards to... Oh, good God. Really? Right? Game? Did you hear me or something? The poop, again, on LogCat's side. He's going to leave it behind and keep moving on. There's the second boss fight. So technically speaking at this point, he's going to be ahead of Kasperr, who's taking out a challenge room here. Again, got to pick up a health container with that meat, so damage increase as well. But he had spent 2 red hearts, and this is exactly why he went in here again. Gets that health back. You can never have more than 3 at one time. So if you're down, ooh, like LogCat might be here. Again, can't worry about Brimstone, but he can re-roll it. There we go. So speaking of his favorite item, LogCat got to re-roll Brimstone. It's on that ban list tonight. That's why he left the health out here. He couldn't take it in the first place, but just like Kasperr, since he's down to 1 red heart, gets to take the meat, so damage up and a health container for LogCat. Yeah, there's so much crap. So double Spirit of the Hype. We got the split shots. Again, gonna be kind of ruled out in this situation. That's the one problem with this. When they do make contact with enemies, they'll still split, but not against walls or rocks in this case for Kasperr, or excuse me, for LogCat. So it's a little bit of a downgrade on the, oh wow, on the split shots, but I don't think he's gonna care much. Ooh, to this. Do you take Book of Revelations for those soul hearts with you? Log's gonna keep the D6 at least for the time being. He's used it, so he knows he's gonna get a guaranteed, I should say, horseman fight on one of these 2 floors in the caves. But wow, do you keep that Book of Revelations knowing that you need help in this case? Because that might be a keeper. Real quick, Judgy, please, for a penny? No such luck. Again, both working on Catacombs 1, expansion version of these caves. Kasperr just picked up an item himself, Eve's Dead Bird, if he does take damage, just like that fish. This time 100% chance, though, will spawn Eve's Dead Bird to try and do damage for you, but that is a really stupid friend, and actually really comes back to haunt you in the last 2 fights. But with that freeze effect, maybe not so bad for Kasperr. Ooh. And again, there's that Charm of the Vampire, so we got some pretty even runs going on. LogCat gonna leave it behind, same as Kasperr did earlier. So no heals every 13 kills on either side. And here's where Spectral Tears comes in handy. You can hide behind a couple of rocks, not be able to get shot, but still be able to actually hit the enemy, just like Kasperr's doing. So again, those Mom's Contacts helping out a lot with that freeze effect as well. What's this haunting you're talking about? That's only Spirit of the Night. Now with plenty of money, Kasperr's got a store here, in which we got a banned item, the Compass, so you actually get to re-roll that. That's one of the things you can... Oh, wow. And it turns into another banned item, the Habit, on Kasperr, so maybe he gets another recharge out of that D6, and he can actually go back and roll it again. We'll see if he doesn't happen to get lucky on this one. Yeah, no Compass, no Habit. Ouch. Double ouch in that room. But again, with only, let's see, Kasperr actually, after clearing this and the boss room, will have a re-roll on that D6, so he may go back and use that in the store if nothing else shows up here worthwhile. And again, can take a health up if he actually gets that here. Speaking of that Horseman, by the way, we got Headless Horseman for LogCat. So he's already got flying, isn't going to have to worry about replacing his D6, but was hoping for a cube of meat off of this boss fight, was hoping for a Pestilence fight. No such luck, and it gave him Headless Horseman, so no orbital. Doesn't need the flying, he already has that, and might as well take it so he doesn't see the Headless Horseman again. Ooh, gonna take it with him? Maybe I take back what I said. Why are you gonna take that? Maybe he just wants that charge ability, because it does help, but it's only a one-time use every few rooms. Here's why. So that Book of Revelations is going to go with LogCat. If he wanted the speed up, I see exactly what he did there. You get movement speed increase with it, so he took the movement speed to go back and grab another item. So he took care of it a little bit quicker this way. Ooh. 2 Guppy items in Kasperr's. He can take them if he wanted, but doesn't want any piece of this. He'll take a shot speed increase with Cat o' Nine Tails. And let's see, backing up real quick here. I forgot what he has left. The Horseman would give invincibility, but I pretty much figured LogCat was going for that Book of Revelations. The health up out of that, yeah, it's every 6 rooms, but... Ooh, did that turn out well. Wow, Kasperr with the money re-rolls that Habit. Again, any of the banned items listed, which, let me give you the list of Kasperr's rolls again. He gets to re-roll. So, for the second time re-rolling that, excuse me, winds up turning it into Mom's Purse, and now he has 2 trinket spots available to him. So even if he gets all the way to Depths 2 with that fish head, he gets to keep it with him along with the Polaroid. Wow, really? Not going to take the challenge room. So Kasperr, being a little bit behind here, won't take that health up for his 3rd health container and going to move on to his caves too. He gets the regular version of the floor LogCat's already on, dealing with an expansion version. So again, neither's found their item room or boss fight yet. Yeah, I can't reroll the Charm of the Vampire. Not one of the banned rolls. Kasperr got to make the rolls because he had the better record through the regular season. Thank you, Jakai. Hopefully I got your name right. Thank you very much. And believe me, I'm not. I'm some dude sitting on his couch basically just having fun with this, so believe me, I'm not. But thank you for the compliment. So, speaking of that, excuse the cough. Anyways, Kasperr's found his boss fight on the right-hand side, so he's got maybe a half we can't even really call it a half a floor advantage yet. He didn't take it out. But he does know where that is, so that is a very nice time advantage for him at the moment. Again, both still going to look for their item rooms here. And both have found their stores, if nothing else, so LogCat has 0 money at the moment. flat penny now, and you see that second trinket spot opened up because of Mom's Purse on Kasper's side. He'll take this with, and any coin Kasperr picks up now has a chance to actually spawn a key for him to pick up as well. And no luck with those curse rooms yet for him. So just a troll bomb in there. Speaking of troll bombs, how about a fight against Wrath now for Kasperr? So he'll hang out on the other side of the rock, shoot through those with the spectral tears. And every now and then you get a bomb, push it right on back. Try not to shoot it for that freeze effect, because that will stop it in place. But a real easy enemy to take out, especially with the freeze of Mom's contacts. And there's that flat penny. Every coin he picked up gave him a key. Thank you very much. So that's a huge help for later on. Again, in the chest, you get a lot of locked chests, meaning every one of those is an item. And again, that's huge to get those keys early on for Kasperr, because he knows he will never really have to worry about them. And speaking of keys, we got a key, pretty crappy item again with the notch pickaxe. So no thanks for Kasperr. Doesn't have enough money for it anyways, but not going to worry about it here. And instead we'll try to play this very, very handy and actually well-timed. Anyways, that's a... I keep forgetting words now. Oh my gosh. I keep wanting to say jackpot machine. That's not right. Oh my god, I can't think of words. Fortune-telling machine. Wow, it's been a long day, folks. It's been a real long day for me. So again, you get trinkets out of this or soul hearts, which at this point, you just want the soul hearts as Kasperr. He could actually use another health container too, so if he gets red hearts out of this 3-card money, he could actually play that health machine, maybe find a blood bag out of there. Which might have been why he was holding out on not picking up the other health on the last floor, now that I think about it. But he isn't even going to try it yet. No red hearts spawning for him. Well, now he gets a chance. No such luck, but he's going to keep playing this. Oh, hello, Dime. Why, thank you. Wow, hello, Nickel. Wow, Kasperr's made money in here now off of playing that heart machine just a few times. So he'll stay in here for a second or two longer, see if he can't get anything good. In the meantime, LogCat on the left-hand side taking out his boss fight. So Duke of Fly is just about taken care of here. One last enemy to go. Ooh, and the pentagram. So damage up on LogCat's tears and a devil deal, which again, now there's a higher chance of LogCat seeing. Which has got a banned item, the shovel, in there, so let's see those no shovel emotes. Well, actually, it's spaz shovel. I just said that wrong. Forgot we changed it. But again, isn't going to be able to take that or Guppy's head with him. Doesn't want to take the risk of getting rid of that Book of Revelations, which you can see spawns another soul heart for LogCat. And now on the Depths 1 here, he knows he's going to get a horseman fight. So this time, hopefully, we'll wind up getting an orbital out of it. And again, Kasperr, you can see now has that blue fly floating around him, so the Forever Alone attack fly will stick around. Ooh, there's that banned trinket. Again, you can accidentally pick up that Liberty Cap as Kasperr, but you have to put it back down before it winds up proccing for you, so he doesn't even want to leave the room with that in tow. And he has plenty of ways to replace it if he really wants to. For that matter, he could take that tick if he wanted to, but he wants no part of this at the moment. Yep, good catch, actually, Kate. Yeah, the card lands directly on top of the tick. Like, yeah, we'll leave that behind. So Kasperr would have liked to have seen what that card was, but doesn't want to take the tick with him. Again, I don't blame him on that. Even with Mom's Purse, I don't really blame him in this situation. I'd rather keep finding keys with that flat penny. And again, he's onto his Caves 2 boss fight, so rips right on through with that contact damage from the Forever Alone attack fly. He gets his third health container. Oh, wow. Gets a really, really nice devil deal. The nail in the pact. Whew. Wow, I'm going to take the pact out of it. I might have considered the nail in that situation, but with Kasperr, going to spend 2 red hearts, get 2 soul hearts, the blue ones, back in return. Gets a fire rate increase and damage increase on his tears. So again, not a bad thing. Nail would have given him damage up like Book of BOILeR, basically 2 damage up in the room, along with a soul heart every time he used it, though. So that's an interesting call there. It's tough to leave either of those behind. He had the choice of one or the other and took the pact in this case. Ha! And the compass showing up yet again, so Kasperr gonna get to reroll that again. You get to reroll any of the items listed in that amateur link there. And again, compass turning this time into something, maybe not so useful. 10 bombs, definitely good, but Kasperr's sitting at 20 at the moment. So he's gonna try to reroll that again and hope for something even better out of it. And just gonna keep on picking up keys along with an item rock back there once he gets that fire out. And 2 more soul hearts, so replacing what those 2 red hearts that he spent now has even more soul hearts to his ability. Yes, you can go into negative hearts if you want to. You have to have enough soul hearts to be able to actually do it in the first place, but yes, you can if you want to. In this race, yes, that's what I was referring to as well. But yes, you can, Keaton. So there's that item room showing up for Casper. And again, Locke's found his boss fight, though not his item room yet. Yeah, sack of pennies. Actually, this could come in really handy for Casper with that flat penny he has. Every couple of rooms, that sack of pennies is going to spawn a coin or two for him. Or a coin, I should say. So chance right there as well with the flat penny that he also gets a key out of it. And again, going all the way through the chest in this. Keys are very useful. Yeah, it's a good point. He can't reroll the 10 bombs at this point. He just isn't going to take it. Good point. Hervidur. So speaking of bombs, getting one of them back there. Ooh. Guppy's tail's kind of interesting at this point. He's got plenty of keys and a good chance of getting more. That's a tough call for Casper. Wow, he is going to take it. All right, so now more chance of locked chest spawning on Casper's side. And again, more chance of keys because of that flat penny. Maybe we get into all these. So that could really, really come in handy. And especially being only at one red heart, if you start opening up chests, locked ones, especially in the womb, you got a pretty decent enough chance that that's actually a health container. And on into that second to last item room, it really wants to give TheLogcat blood rights, apparently. Ooh. Wow, now it wants to give TheLogcat a different book of real good use. That book of BOILeR could be damage up on your tiers, but again, not being able to go over 3 red heart containers, I'm agreeing with him. I'm taking that book of Revelations as TheLogcat, especially for more chance of getting some orbitals, because he needs some cubes of meat here. And again, Casper going to move in, facing a real interesting enemy himself as his Steps 1 boss fight, the Fallen, guaranteed free Devil Deal item at the end of this. And Casper's got his reroll available, just in case it's one of the many banned Devil Deal items. And yes, this is the finals. And what's up, Super? How you doing? So speaking of that boss fight that was guaranteed, Horseman fight and War here for TheLogcat on the left side. Knows he's going to wind up, oh, look at this. Knows he's going to wind up with a cube of meat at the end of it. And now both have Parasite and Spirit of the Night. So split shots for Casper as well here. That was an interesting find off of the Fallen fight. Again, gives you a chance of any of the Devil Deal items spawning there. And now both have a very, very similar build still going. And here we go. Casper will take those 10 bombs. He was waiting until the end of the floor to see what all happened here, but will take those 10 bombs and go through this challenge room. Again, with that split shot, let alone the freeze effect as well, this actually is not too bad of a setup for him. And the only problem is you can't split shots off of walls, for example, like you see normally it would with Parasite. But seeing as Casper's got Spectral Tears, it breaks that portion of it. And again, log on down to his second depths floor, so it just says Necropolis, meaning it's the expansion version. Again, that is depths 2, so he's got his item room already looking at him, and then he'll find Mom's foot at the end of this floor. Oh, Parasite's great. Yeah, it's happening! Nub. Alright, so speaking of those orbitals, good timing on this one. So now with that cube of meat, as well as a Guardian Angel for TheLogcat, he's got double speed on both of those to block shots for him. Casper moving on down to his depths 2, gets his item room right off the bat. Wow! And it's Polyphemus, which is one of the items Casper banned. So now he has a decision to make, as that's rerolled into Mom's bra. Doesn't really have item rooms from here on out, so, well, he will, mind you, in the chest, but that's a long way away. Casper, thinking about it, is at least going to take Mom's bra for now. We'll see if he replaces that with a D6 before going into his boss fight here. But again, may just take his chances once he gets to the chest with whatever it might give him. We'll see how this plays out. Yeah, it's the second time Polly's rerolled into Mom's bra tonight. Ooh, how did Casper not take damage on that spawn right up underneath him? That was lucky timing. Yeah, a little bit of range up in that blood challenge room, so no such luck on this one. Casper will leave that behind. Another item rock for him. And again, with 32 bombs, he'll definitely be taking advantage of that. And TheLogcat on the left side, just going to go looking for that Mom's foot fight, trying to keep any sort of advantage going. Hello, small rock. So more damage up, more fire rate increase. Casper's going to move a little bit slower, and you can see he's kind of dragging a little bit here. But with that Isaac's Head and Toe, he's got even more damage rocking now, so red tears going for him. Get it? Rockin'? I'll be here all week. Sorry, I just realized how bad that joke was when I said it. Oh, look at this Ghost Wheel giving away games. Nice. Thank you very much. Holy crap. Totally unnecessary, guys. That's really cool of you. Thank you, thank you. What's giving the freeze effect? Festive, that is Mom's Contact, which was the first item that Kasperr actually picked up. So you unlock that by getting, is it 2 or 3 Mom's items, like Mom's lipstick, Mom's heels, Mom's Mom's underwear, I should say. You have to get a couple of those in the same run. Ooh, that store. So wow, speaking of your similar items, hello Book of Revelations and that extra soul heart for Kasperr as well. So he's definitely going to take advantage of this, as he knows he's not going to force spawn a horse fight or a horseman fight on this floor. He gets his free soul heart out of it, and he'll go on looking for his mom's foot. Ooh, though quickly, let's get a judgy please for Kasperr. Oh, it's Mom's Eye and one other item, that's what it is. Ooh, speaking of that health up, Kasperr can take it. First things first, though, he's going to mess around a little bit in that arcade. So again, Kasperr can get back up to 3 heart containers. Actually, TheLogcat could take 1 health up, too, at this point. But plenty available there. I don't know if Kasperr wants this or not, though. Yes, he does, so he will take that second container. And let's see if he doesn't happen to get lucky. Nothing doing. So how long will he look for red hearts to be able to keep playing that? I think Kasperr really wants a blood bag for that speed increase at this point. The funny part was they didn't even turn their games on at the same time. Alright, so down to just 6 cents here. The gambling will continue until we've run out of money. So help me, we'll make every penny count here for Kasperr. All he's got to do is find some type of hearts. He's got plenty of keys at this point, plenty of bombs, so he'd really just like to get some hearts out of this, I'm sure. Ooh, speaking of that, gets to play that heart machine one more time. Come on, blood bag, he needs the speed. That happens, guys. It was just a momentary frame drop. Crap happens. There's that boss fight finally showing up. That was a hell of a floor clear, so the entirety of the Steps 2 floor getting cleared out by TheLogcat. And now just this one more room to take care of. They'll worry about that item rock probably at the end, because you don't want to really open up. There we go. Freebie. I was going to say, you really don't want to open it up with one of your bombs. You want to see if you can get one of the enemy bombs to do it for you, like Log just did. So keeping that advantage going, he's into his mom's foot fight, getting regular gray mom out of this. So normal level enemies going to spawn here. All you got to do is worry that they don't build up on you. Or are you, Duncan? Or are you? What's up, Pink? How you doing? We'll give you a link here. And same thing for your depth. There's that link on Spazbot. That'll get you your roll set here. So all sorts of banned items. You can, basic main gist, you can never have more than 3 red heart containers at any given time. So you can keep building back up to 3. You notice we're at 2 on each one of them right now. So they could actually both still get 1 more health up on this, because they have spent health in Devil Deals. But again, if you're at 3, you have to be really cautious of taking pills, because if you get a 4th red heart container, that's an instant reset. I know, could you get more clutch speed out of this for Kasperr? Dear God. Wow, so movement speed increase off of that spoon, and he needed it bad right there. See, spooning, it works. I'm telling you. See? Anyway, so just what Kasperr needed. He finally gets to move and dodge at normal speeds at this point. And again, isn't dragging anywhere nearly as bad as he was before. A little bit of a heal if he wants it, though gonna leave it behind. There's his boss fight. So we'll be in the same room momentarily. TheLogcat's just finished off his mom's foot. Gonna take a shot speed increase. Emperor's Guard will give him damage up with Horror Babylon in 1 room. He's gonna take that pill now, just in hopes. Got luck down out of it, so nothing special. Have to take the Polaroid because we're racing through the chest here today. So Log will be moving on down to the Womb 1, just slightly ahead of Kasperr, who's fighting Blue Mom. And he got that loading screen error at the moment for TheLogcat. And about halfway through this Blue Mom's foot fight, you see expansion level enemies are going to spawn. And again, you really don't want to let her build these up on you. But doing a really good job. Lots of damage in that freeze effect. Really working for Kasperr. Still waiting on that loading screen. There we go. Another magic 8-ball. How about that? This actually spawned in Stars card, so that'll be a random teleport for Kasperr. There's no more item rooms. So let's see. Polaroid. He's got plenty of keys, so Isaac's head's going to go with for that extra damage. And Kasperr going to get a loading screen error for a second. Ooh, there's that XL floor popping instantly for him, though. So Womb XL, that Stars card might just teleport you into a boss fight. He may be considering it. Let's see if Logs ever pops through this loading screen. My goodness. Come on, Flash. Oh, dude, I'm feeling the same pain, Cobalt. Like, I've dropped almost 1,000 frames here so far, so I feel your pain on that one. But what's up, bro? How you doing tonight? That Cobalt streak. Yeah, see, it's doing the same thing to me now on LogCat's side, so that's what the delay was. Let me pause and unpause this real quick. Comcast, you're being a derp. You're being a derp. Cobalt felt the same pain. There we go. Now we're updated. All I have to do is pause and unpause sometimes and it fixes, and thank God I'm a turbo member. No ads. So again, using that Book of Revelations, also one room away from his boss fight, so LogCat really quickly through this Womb 1 is keeping that advantage going, though knows he's going to get a horseman fight here. So he'll drag that troll bomb around looking for something. Nothing good out of those rocks. Those could have been item rocks. One per room in the Womb can actually be an item rock. There's no indicator on him. So you have to kind of be lucky, mind you. But again, he'll move in to face War, and getting kind of trolled by that scythe. Again, though, iKasperr building up tons of hearts is at least 12 now. Again, you can go off the screen with those blue heart containers. So all soul hearts, obviously very legal to pick up and very important to do so. Oh god, dude. Hey, what's up, Rip? How you doing, dude? Everybody coming out for this one. Good to see you guys. Ooh, spawning a red heart there. Again, nothing LogCat can do with it. Here comes the fun part. Oh, if you can get these knights just in the way of that horse. I can't get him drawn out, so he's going to have to kill him himself. I was going to say, you can get the horse to actually kill those knight enemies for you. And again, with plenty of keys, iKasperr getting one bomb back out of this. And with 10 cents, might as well. Let's get a judgy please on iKasperr's side. One last enemy for LogCat to take out here. He's going to wind up with that second cube of meat, so now Meat Boy's head floating around at double speed will also add shots onto that shot blocking capability. And iKasperr with another health container sitting there, not going to worry about it quite yet, so judgy, I guess thank you, but we'll see if he actually takes that. He may want to stay at that half a red heart so that he gets the Polaroid enacted all the time. So my guess would be we're not taking that health as iKasperr. He's got plenty of soul hearts at this point. Although no orbitals is a bit frightening, so that's a tough call. I'd keep the Polaroid inactive, though. I like iKasperr's move to leave that behind at the moment. Why isn't iKasperr picking those up? Like I was saying, basically just because he's getting all these hearts off of his Book of Revelations, which, by the way, LogCat's using as well, doesn't have to worry about the red hearts so much, because if he takes damage right now, the Polaroid enacts every time and gives him 5 seconds of invincibility. So it actually works out better that he doesn't take that health increase, believe it or not, because it would be really hard for him without a health machine to actually get rid of that health that he would get. And more red pills, not going to bother, and iKasperr again going to hold on to that teleport card. Again, it would be random down here, and anywhere else, that's a random teleport for you. Because there are no item rooms. Stars card would directly take you into an item room normally. And thank you guys for listening to that. There you go. You got it, Nick. Now, if you wind up with a 4th red heart container, that's the other thing. iKasperr may just be waiting in hopes that he gets another arcade here. Again, doesn't have all sorts of money for it, but he could play that blood machine if he has enough red hearts, and he's got a few on this floor. So he may be trying to get a blood bag if he's that lucky. Again, if he doesn't come across the arcade, though, I doubt he's going to go back looking for it. And let's see, this should lead... Oh, wow, I'll be damned into a sacrifice room, so not what I was expecting to see there. Where are these boss fights going to be? They got to be in the middle. And that's exactly what iKasperr's thinking. So again, he'll avoid this health up. And one more room over. I got to imagine it's down here. Yep, they're both using Isaac. That's correct. Give you a link here of everything going on so you can actually see... just want to call him Cobalt because I just read your name. So you can see iKasperr's rules that he set for this race. This is what happens when you try to read chat while you're talking at the same time. You're going to screw up words. Yeah, Cobalt set the rules for these two just for fun. No, it's iKasperr's rules. I can't talk, apparently. Alright, again, no item rooms, no stores to look for, so LogCat just looking for that Mom's Heart fight here to end off his Womb 2, and iKasperr looking for a Womb 1 and Womb 2 back-to-back boss fight here, which should be somewhere at the end of this over on the right side. Oh god, it keeps splitting. This is an evil floor layout for him. Alright, Demon Judgy, I wouldn't bother with it, and LogCat won't either. He wants no part of losing that health. He's only got the 4 hearts at the moment to work with. And speaking of those boss fights, ooh, or Tammy's head for that matter. See, we won't bother with the challenge room. Tammy's head will get left behind. That would have fired out in all 8 directions for Kasperr. Again, once per room on that charge, but at Book of Revelations, far too key. And he'll move in to face Triachnid here, and on the other side of this room is his mom's heart fight. So he's got a definite advantage brewing right now, as this is obviously, as you see, is very low health for a boss fight here in the womb, and he is melting on through it already. That fly doing some work. It's all about LogCat finding this mom's heart, and it's a matter of where it is on this map. So hopefully this is leading him the right way. And he's got plenty of keys now built up at this point. That was one of my biggest fears coming down here, was that Log may not see enough keys. You want 4 as you go into your chest level. Again, sitting on plenty, but again, you see Kasperr on the right-hand side working on Mom's heart already. So speaking of keys, more keep spawning. How about that troll bomb against the wall? That couldn't have done any good for him. And again, Kasperr just going to melt through. He's got that mom's contact, which you can't see at the moment, but that's going to add that freeze effect and actually keep her out and available to be hit at all times. Ooh, there's a problem, though. If you accidentally get the split shot, it can move your bomb on you very easily. But Kasperr already 50% of the way through. And Log's still looking for that same room. And my internet hates that connection to LogCat right now, so let's refresh his. Is that my cat? What the hell? I hate when I hear weird noises like that. So again, Devil Deal is actually just the way down to Shale there for Kasperr, and again, we're going through the chest, so up to the Cathedral for him. And again, facing double Gertie Juniors, and we can't even call those Juniors per se. Those are the champion version of Gertie Juniors, and nasty. I hate these enemies, so thankfully that freeze effect stops him in place. There's that boss fight finally showing up for LogCat, so he's in to face Mom's heart here. Ooh, getting cheap-shotted by that eye, though. He was hugging the wall a little bit too much and was moving too slow. So he'll be using the double bomb effect as he's trying to play a little bit of catch-up here to Kasperr on the right side. Wow, just barely dodged out of the way of that flying bomb. I'm with you on that one, Magnet. I'm totally with you on that one. Some of these enemies, like especially up in the Cathedral, and definitely the combinations of the enemies in the chest, I can't stand them. But a little bit of range there with Mom's heals for Kasperr. Yeah, might as well. I can see his look of just like, yeah, sure, that's not what I want, but okay. And again, I'll hang on to at least 4 keys. Wow, look at that. Your internal compass is on. Couldn't ask for a better time. So Kasperr's found his Isaac fight already. And that's huge up here in the Cathedral. That is short for a floor on the Cathedral. So good find. What's up, Cerna? How you doing, sir? And again, one last Loki enemy to clear out here for Kasperr. Gonna get a soul heart out of it too, so why the heck not? More health for him. Crack his knuckles, he'll head on in. 1 floor advantage at the moment here. Log just finishing off Mom's heart. He'll be up to his Cathedral. But again, you see that freeze effect gonna play a huge role with Mom's contact. Isaac can't return fire on you if it's frozen. So with no orbitals, that is about the best item that Kasperr could have possibly found, and that was the very first one that he got off and running with. Look at this. It almost hasn't fired at him. This has become a bit of a joke of a fight. There is what normally happens. As you fire and hit Isaac, he'll return fire at you. So if he's frozen, this fight is a joke. And, excuse me, LogCat on the left-hand side working on his Cathedral as well, so he's just looking for that same boss fight. There you see, if Kasperr does take damage, he gets 5 seconds where he's invincible with that shield around him because of the Polaroid. He's only got the half a red heart. So anytime he takes damage here, he'll lose a soul heart, but he gets that 5 seconds of invincibility. And again, he does get that Eve's Dead Bird, to spawn as well to do some damage, and look at that. Phase 3 looked like Phase 1 and Phase 2. That was a joke of a fight. Oh my god, really? Up to the chest. How about the knife? PhD's a really good find, but he doesn't want the heal. Ooh, Horror Babylon, now that he wants. Horror Babylon is the only item up here he cares about. He's mad he can't take the knife. That's banned by Kasperr's rules. But that Horror Babylon ups his damage because he's got low enough health and he's staying at that half a red heart. So Kasperr with more damage up on his tears. How about Little Chubby as well? Again, he's got Guppy's tail, meaning pretty much every room up here you're going to wind up seeing a chest spawn. It's going to be a locked chest, and that means you're going to get a free item out of it here. So that's why Kasperr wanted all these keys going into this floor. And now Little Chubby will go through, in this case, War at the moment. But everywhere that Kasperr's firing, it's going to go out in a straight line and chew up anything in its path. you notice somebody else internal compassed himself right to that Isaac fight as well. So you'll see the difference here on this fight. LogCat's going to have to deal with a lot more return fire, but he does have 2 orbitals to block shots for him. No freeze effect incoming, though. And again, he's got to play catch-up real quickly here as Kasperr's melting on through his, through his chest level. So he's just looking for an Isaac fight and a possible 1-0 lead. There's that pinky eye coming into play. So that's going to give him random poison effect on his tears. You'll see a green tear from time to time. And that'll add on a damage over time on enemies it afflicts. Mini Mush, might as well. Movement speed increase. That's what you've been looking for. So a little bit smaller is Kasperr. He's got range up and movement speed because of that Mini Mush. And again, this is why you get to have a little bit of fun here in the chest. You can get a lot of items out of here really quickly and make yourself very overpowered. Ooh, LogCat losing that Eternal Heart that he had. So that could have become his 3rd health container on the next floor, but LogCat's lost it here. So he's down to half health to go on Isaac. But again, on the right-hand side, Kasperr working along through this chest floor. Getting an empty room out of it, too. Looks like he's got a very nice split of rooms going here, so this might be the way towards his boss fight. Ooh, and half a heart left, so, excuse me, LogCat. I keep calling people by backward names today. He's going to lay down all the bombs he can and try to get this last bit of damage done. Ooh! Though there's the problem, those purple shots home in on you, so tucked in that corner, LogCat had nowhere else to dodge, and he's back down to the beginning, so bad luck on that one. And let's see, Crack the Sky could be useful against a boss fight, so we may go back for that as Kasperr, but he may actually hold on to the Book of Revelations for a couple more rooms, trying to get one last soul heart for safety's sake. And how about a triple Loki room? Goodness. Wow. And again, that's the problem of not having, mind you, with 2 orbitals, you're going to be okay to a certain extent, but yeah, if you have low health, even with 2 orbitals, there's only so much you can do if you can't freeze the boss fight there. And there you see where the difference comes in. So it's a real different fight if you can't freeze that. And Kasperr got very lucky with that Mom's Contact. It made a huge difference there. Ooh, and speaking of this, has found his boss fight yet again. So we got Blue Baby on the other side of that door for Kasperr, looking for a 1-0 lead. Summer. I don't know what you mean. Why would Cobalt possibly like that triple Loki room? I don't understand. Ooh, money equals power to start that new runoff for LogCat. So every coin he picks up, and let me give you a breakdown really quickly. Every coin LogCat picks up actually adds on to his damage, and it caps out at 99 cents, believe it or not. So there's a little bit more. Already a good 25, working towards that 50% of the way through Isaac, who has less health, or excuse me, through Blue Baby, who has less health than Isaac. I said that backwards. And again, melting on through it here. Little Chub doing some serious work, let alone that bird actually being smart and staying on Blue Baby this time. So plenty of health left here. That freeze effect really doing some work for Kasperr. He'll head on in, get that one other poison effect, and that's really all it's going to take. He could actually crack the sky here and probably end this. So Isaac's out, one last enemy. Oh, it missed. He was trying to get that last one in style, but not going to happen. On that note, though, very nicely done. And on that one last enemy kill, I'm going to update it. Kasperr with a 1-0 lead here in the finals. So again, has not lost since week number 1 to Melloways. And wow, 38-minute and 41-second run through the chest, guys. That's pretty scary, given the rules that are put in place. And again, you can see the split link up above. Go tell both of these guys great race, because that was ridiculous. And again, with these rules especially, that time on that was ridiculous. And LogCat was hanging right in there till he ate that death on the floor previous. So this was still very close. So on that note, we're going to get reset, as you can see LogCat doing. We'll get Kasperr reset as well. Give us a couple minutes here. We'll be back on the other side of these ads, and we'll have round number 2 for you. So in the meantime, there you see the split link at catguard.net. Go meet LogCat and Kasperr. Congratulate them both on getting here. Wish them both good luck for round number 2. We'll be right back on the other side of these ads. We'll see if Kasperr can get a 2-0 win here in the finals, or if LogCat can even it up and force that oh-so-pivotal Game 3. So we'll be right back in a few minutes. Hang tight, guys. Go wish them both good luck. Alrighty, we're back. I gave TheLogcat an extra minute there just to make sure that he actually got his cast reset, nothing running again. So it looks like we're all good. So let me flip this back on over. And we got a 1-0 lead right now for iKasperr on the right-hand side. Again, real quick, let me hit you up with the rules here. We'll get the link up in chat for you multiple times here throughout the race. But you can see all the banned items over on the left side. Blue Candle, Sacred Heart, Polyphemus, Brimstone, Mom's Knife, Habit, Wafer, Miter, the Relic, Guppy's Paw, Treasure Map, Compass, and Crystal Ball, along with the same 7 BOILeR items, are all banned. Now, on the right-hand side, you notice you can D6 any of those banned items. More importantly, no Becoming Guppy, no more than 3 total red heart containers at any point. So you have to be very careful as you start off here. If you get a random pill, if it's health up, that's a reset right at the very beginning. So you have to be very careful with this. Again, if you spend red hearts, let's say in a devil deal, you can replace them and get back up to 3 containers again, as you saw a few of our racers, or both of the racers actually do last round. So again, we're gonna race through the chest. This is a best 2 out of 3. This is the finals. So this might be for all the marbles. If Kasperr wins this one, he's got a 2-0 victory here. TheLogcat needs this win and the next round to keep it even and then take the win himself. So again, big pressure on the line for both of these guys. Kasperr could be your winner. TheLogcat needs this win here. So again, best of luck to you both. Let me get the split link up in chat again. Wish them both good luck yourselves, guys, because they're both going to need it here. These are brutal rules. And again, they'll get their run going whenever they're ready because they're on a call together. Excuse me again, sorry about that. So again, best of luck, guys. Again, great job getting here. Kasperr's not lost since week number 1. TheLogcat's taken out some serious competition in his playoff route to get here as well, let alone finish just barely behind Zwicky in his AFC North division. So it's been a very good season. We're off and running here in round number 2. Ooh, so can't be done. That's a painful way to start. Wow, to that room on Kasperr's too. But that was a hell of a way to start. Would have been Super Meat Boy Super Fan for TheLogcat, but that gives you a health container. Ooh, D20's interesting as well. But again, can't get that 4th heart container. That would have been a reset, so Log would have had to hope for health down somewhere on that floor, and that's really kind of pushing your luck. Yep, we got $1,000 in the prize pool. Which, again, for all the racers in here, if you didn't hear me, I'm going to start paying out tonight, obviously. I just wanted to wait until the races were actually done. Nope, TheLogcat did actually video. And if you guys want to see the bracket, be the link here. And I actually spelled it right for once. There you go. So there's a bracket for you. Ooh, chocolate milk. Ooh, and sacrificial dagger. Now that's interesting on both sides. TheLogcat gonna reset it. So is Kasperr actually. Chocolate milk's a little interesting. Again, you could charge your shots or you can make your own shot speed with it. You know, there's another reset with that razor blade for TheLogcat, another new item room. Kasperr, however, I'm kind of surprised he reset that sacrificial dagger. You do a good 17 damage on contact with that. And again, with an orbital early on, it doesn't block shots, but that could have still been handy. I guess Kasperr really wants his 3 normal orbitals. See, homing bombs, no thanks. Looks like TheLogcat going to be happy enough to run with this one. So Little Steve, follower with those homing tiers, and again, they're base damage, but it's still a little bit of extra damage for TheLogcat. And he's going to keep going with this run. So let's see if Kasperr can't happen to find an item for himself here. Speaking of that, how about Mr. Mega? So instead of homing bombs, how about more damage? Doubling it up, you get 80 damage now off of each of your bombs. 5 free ones as well for Kasperr, and he's off and running. So both finding their boss fights. We're in the same room at almost exactly the same time here. So Duke of Flies on the left, champion version of it for TheLogcat. And Kasperr dealing with Larry Jr., who's really seeming to home in on him here. Wow. Larry, geez Louise, let him out of the corner, man. Good God, I haven't seen Larry be a troll like this in a long time. Slack, and I rest my case. Want to come watch the race, cat? Spaz says hi. Angie, how you doing? And again, can't take that health up container on TheLogcat, so he's going to have to leave behind the stem cells there. Can never get more than 3 red hearts at the same time. And again, without that devil deal to spend health on, same thing with Kasperr. He won't be able to take that health either. So both moving on down to their second floor, skipping that boss item. Again, our first starting items were Little Steve on the left for LogCat, and we got Mr. Mega for iKasperr. So more bombs, more damage on the right side. Oh, we got our second item room showing up for LogCat already, in which we got Eve's Dead Bird once again. So if he takes damage... Oh, God. Oh, I just saw the facepalm, too, on iKasperr's. Ouch. Accidental tick pickup, and he's not even going to try to get himself Mom's First this time, so he's going to reset here. That's an ouch moment. Yep, you can only reroll on the banned items. Let me give you a link here. So again, iKasperr really needs to be able to get the Polaroid, and there is a pretty good chance you weren't going to see Mom's Purse come out of that run. So gonna just go ahead and reset and try for the best here again. Ah, now I see the capitalization. So I could have just said DS the entire time. What's up, DS? How you doing? Alright, iKasperr's new item room showing up for him. Yeah, I'm gonna get some soul hearts out of this. Can you make up your mind what side you want to be on, Cat? Because I can't keep moving my arms, bro. And again, you see Blue Baby Soul, or question mark Soul, I should say, on LogCat's side. Gonna lead around Little Steve in that odd pattern, but again, with those homing tiers on both of them, probably not too bad of a thing here. And speaking of followers, we got Sister Maggie on iKasperr's side, so pretty good damage output out of her. She's a lot better off than Little Steven is, actually. But it won't matter here. Another health container that LogCat can't take, and he's on down to his third floor. The cave's won already. iKasperr just the one room behind. He's taking on Monstro. Okay, Cat, seriously? Yeah, tick prevents you from picking up any trinket in place of it. So unless you get Mom's Purse, you're screwed, and you can't actually get the Polaroid, which you have to get. You need to sit down. Sit. So how about another health container that's not allowed to be picked up? Both of them getting two of them off of their first two boss fights. Sit down, Spaz. Jesus. I love you, but oh my god. Sit down. My cat's giving me hell at the moment. Oh my god, sit. So there's that boss fight showing up for LogCat. And again, he hasn't found his item room yet, so he'll probably backtrack for that in the first place. iKasperr with a Curse of Darkness on this basement too, so you won't be able to see his mini-map. And again, really small floor, so it won't make that big of a deal. And here's your item room. So Bobby Bomb, what we saw iKasperr reset on, gives LogCat 5 extra bombs. He's up to 10 now. He gets homing ability on those bombs as well. Alright, don't do it, Spaz. Alright, so logging into his boss fight here on Caves 1. Again, building up that time advantage. Just taking on Chubb here. So maybe, for once, we wind up with something besides a health container that won't be allowed to be picked up. That'd be awful sweet. With those extra bombs, you can see you can place them right in front of Chubb. He'll eat them and do a ton of damage. How about some pills? Two of the same, but do you risk it? Oh god, 2 telepills. Well, into a super secret. We got Guppy's tail. No keys for it, though, so LogCat gonna say no thanks. He at least knows that other blue one's a telepill. Here's hoping. Okay, so it was full health. I was really worried that might have been a health up pill. If it was, that was a reset incoming for LogCat there. But gets very lucky. Gets 2 full health pills out of it, so he'll take one of those on with him into his caves too. And again, iKasperr into his second boss fight here. I'll take on Blue Larry Jr., so this one's going to spawn a soul heart out of it. Nice, Baz. Ah, that Family Jewel 7X song. God, I love this music. Hey, can you stop chewing on the microphone cable, please? Thank you. My cat's going to electrocute me at some point here again tonight. Alright, more telepills if Log wants them, as we know exactly what those are going to do. And finding his item room immediately again. So Jesus Juice, finally a boss item that isn't health up. That's range up and damage up, not tears up on it, and it's a very slight damage increase. But again, is at least some damage up for iKasperr, and he's on down to his Caves 1. So 1 floor behind LogCat at the moment here. Best of 3. Alright, finally getting that key. Let's see what LogCat gets. Oh, hello, Odd Mushroom. A little bit of damage down. But again, caps out your fire rate, so you are an Uzi at this point, firing out tears. And that is big. Problem is, without orbitals, that can haunt you on the last 2 boss fights. Again, as you're putting out damage to both Isaac and Blue Baby, it's shooting back at you. So the more tiers you're shooting at it, it's shooting more back at you. And you have to be very careful. Oh! Now, Kasperr was talking about this the other night. As he was saying, quad shot's basically one of the best items that you can actually find. And look at what Kasperr came across in his Caves 1 item. So how about quad shot? He's going to put out 4 tiers every time he fires now. Diana. So again, slightly different types of builds here. We got the quad shot on the right. We got pretty much capped out fire rate on the left-hand side, let alone a few followers with homing tiers. And Kasperr technically quintuple shot as he's got Sister Maggie putting out pretty good damage for him as well. If it is, that dude has a serious curvature problem. So I'm with Amy on that one. That's a serious curvature problem if that's the case. So let's see, Kasperr's found his boss fight here, so he's done with Caves 1 as soon as he takes out Green Peep. Ugh. So champion version's gonna pop out those 2 eyeballs, and you gotta watch out for the urine spawns on the ground as well. So with no flight ability, you gotta be very careful about when it's gonna spawn that. Again, logging a pretty nasty room there, though again, still holding on to that full health build. Doesn't want to have to use it this early on. Found Magic 8 Ball, yet another boss item we can take, so that is actually shot speed increase. Kasperr will grab that to a hearts card as well, which will double up the amount of hearts you have filling your red heart containers. So if Kasperr were to get down where TheLogcat was at 1.5 hearts, you could use that to a hearts card and fill up those hearts. Log's followers are going in that odd direction because of that blue baby soul. So question mark soul, his trinket that he has, is actually another follower with base damage homing tiers that goes around in that odd pattern, leads around the next 3 followers you get behind him. Again, getting a real nasty enemy spawn there. Working out halfway decent. Log could really use some help though, but he'll head on into his boss fight, take on Champion Fistula here. So you have to watch out for the bomb spawns at the end of this. Kasperr will one-shot that golden poop. You can see you get one of 2 things, either a little bit of money out of it, in this case about 5 or 6 cents, or you can get the counterfeit penny, which is a trinket that'll give you a chance of getting an extra penny on a coin as you pick it up. Again, because of that blue baby soul leading around little Steve, you got to be very careful, although Log getting a lot of health spawn on this side of the room will probably just beeline for it, and he's back up into safety. And how about a shot speed increase for him if he wants Cat O' Nine Tails? Thinking about it, gonna say no. A lot of our racers don't happen to like shot speed increase. I'm totally of the same mind. I don't happen to like it much. And on that note of orbitals, this will not block shots for TheLogcat, but he does have Sacrificial Dagger now as his Steps 1 item room. So he's going to be able to do 17 damage on contact with anything that he hits with that. Again, won't block shots for him, and that's the kind of, we'll call it a little bit of a drawback to it. The more you know. I'm gonna have that stuck in my head all night now. Dang it. Anyway, Kasperr's found his boss fight here, though no item room yet for this Caves 2, and we'll see if he goes back. He's got enough keys now, so let's go ahead and find that for Kasperr. Again, Log will keep trying to build up this advantage here. Ooh, Globin, die off, please, thank you. And there's that contact damage off a Sacrificial Dagger, basically one-hitting these enemies. So if you get in close enough and you want to take that risk, it can pay off for you. Again, nice health increase there, so back up to almost full health as TheLogcat. Thankfully, he's got bombs for this room, as this room's actually ended one of TheLogcat's runs earlier this year and cost him a loss early on in the season. Hello, it's so many hellos, that's what I love about this chat. Everybody's so damn friendly. And again, thank you guys and gals, everybody, for being here for this one, because obviously finishing off this season, it's a little bittersweet, but we got a hell of a race going on right now, too. And Log, looking to even this up at 1 apiece, has found his boss fight in Depths 1, so we got a pretty good chance of seeing an extension of this race here yet. But again, anything can happen. Let me get the rules listed out. You can only have 3 total red hearts at any given time. And that's actually a good thing right now. Ooh, on TheLogcat's side, he's going to wind up with a cube of meat, so finally an orbital that'll block shots for him. Again, that'll still do damage on contact, but you're more worried about the shot blocking on it. And you see, for the second time tonight for Kasperr, we've seen Charmed the Vampire. He's going to leave it behind yet again, as just in case it gets to the point where he can use his Polaroid, he doesn't want the random heal to make that not active anymore. Oops. I hope I didn't knock my microphone stand over. That just about got really loud. So Log down to just a full heart remaining here. He's going to hope that he doesn't get hit again and doesn't have to really think about using that full health pill. Just about done with this war fight. There we go. So nice health back. There's that cube of meat that'll block some shots for him. Kasperr halfway through his Caves 2 boss fight against the Hollow. And let's see, Log going to keep that key. Doesn't want to backtrack too far for that other health, so he's just going to move right on down to his Depths 2. And Kasperr will quickly be to that Depths 1 floor TheLogcat just left. Another health container he's not allowed to take. So these boss fights, man, they want to give health up, but not a single devil deal yet for either of these two to try and spend one of them on. So it's been very unlucky to this point. And this is going to be a real battle of attrition for both of these guys. And again, a little bit of gambling time here for TheLogcat as he's got that fortune-telling machine. So maybe some soul hearts, maybe, well, hey, child's heart, maybe not the worst thing either. Pinky Eye could also help that be more damage up off of poison shots. Looks like Log wants to take that Pinky Eye indeed. So random poison shots for him. And there we see Kasperr getting through that loading screen. He's got his Depths 1 finally. Necropolis version, again, expansion version, so tougher enemies on this floor. Yeah, it is, Pokeace. Hasn't even showed up yet tonight. Yeah, it happened to both of them in the last race, though, so I almost expect the same thing to happen for TheLogcat again. Whew, that dodging. I hate these rooms that Kasperr's in, especially if you don't have bombs and you can't get into this portion. Left hand. Might as well take a trinket out of this. That could spawn more red chests for you, meaning possibly more soul heart increases. So Kasperr will take that left hand in hopes of seeing something good out of it. And again, finding a dead end if nothing else here, so not so lucky yet. Again, every room you clear gives you that extra chance. Let's see, Log back up to full health himself, keeps moving on along, looking for that last item room and Mom's foot fight. Well, mister, you gotta think about the fact that I'm sending the information all the way to Twitch, which actually I'm using their Chicago server, so it's not that bad. But either way, it's also gotta send it to you guys too, so chat goes a heck of a lot quicker than their encoding on video, and if you're watching on anything but source quality for that matter, you're on even more of a delay, sadly. And that's just the way it works, because that's how video has to be done. So it's always a few seconds behind, but it's always funny, isn't it? Ooh, so let's see, yet another not so incredibly useful item. Again, there's a lot of banned items that the D6 can be used on, so Kasperr gonna leave behind Anarchist Cookbook, which would have spawned random bombs throughout the room. And again, gonna keep that D6 in hopes that he gets some type of use out of this. Plenty of money, though not gonna bother with the store, and Kasperr wants those keys. Again, you want 4 when you hit the chest level, so you can get all those items right at the very beginning. And both of these two are running pretty low on keys. We got one on the left for TheLogcat, who also just found a super envy fight, so we're going to be in this room for a moment or two. So watch as this, like, oh look, we're out of health. Oh cool, that's over. Oh, it's not over. Yeah, it splits a few more times. Super envy is nasty. This room will take a minute. And again, this is why I hate this fight. If you get poison on the wrong ones, it's going to split up stuff at the worst times, and Log's got a lot of enemies to deal with here. They're doing a really good job dodging him so far. I was going to say, at some point, you're going to wind up hitting something. Again, we got one of those interesting rooms for Kasperr, and with only the one bomb, he made sure that he got that green pistol to actually shoot a bomb into the center so he could get into the other enemies without having to use up his bomb. And has found his boss fight as well, so clearing out that entire Depths 1... Excuse me, that entire Depths 1 floor, except for one room on Kasperr's side. But he'll be catching up to that Depths 2 where TheLogcat is very quickly here. Log just needs to find his item room. Oh god, and the second time tonight, so Kasperr had to deal with him in the first round, and here we go again. Mask of Infamy fight for Kasperr. And he's only got one bomb this time, so he's going to have to line up his quad shot to actually do damage to the mask, more so than bombing it 3 times like he did in the first round. Yeah, you can't bomb on him. And his shot's moving just a little too slow. There we go, made contact that time. iKasperr doing a really good job getting right in behind the mask here. That's the problem, is sometimes the mask will turn on you. So there's that 2 of hearts, doubling up the 1.5 Kasperr had, filling his 3 heart containers, and he's up to full health again. So there's your last item room showing up for LogCat, using up his last key. Spider butt. I may actually consider taking the D6. That's a tough call, but being the last item room, you're going to get 4 more in the chest if you get there, but it's a big if you get there still. So Log going to take that spider butt with him. That'll slow down enemies in the room as well as slightly damage them as well. And he'll be on over towards his mom's foot fight. Oh yeah, it was Slack on that side. I was thinking on the right side where I saw Mask earlier. It was Slack earlier in the fun run. Last song that was playing was Crusade, which is track number, I should say, 36 off the Binding of Isaac soundtrack. Ah, those yes crowns. I didn't even get to ask. Thank you. So there's that pageant boy on Kasper's side. You see all the yes crowns showing up in chat there. So a little bit more money for him. He's up to 25 cents. Made that store even more worthwhile, though again, it's super greed. So Kasperr fighting a nasty mini-boss here again. Has to worry about killing this off. Red Mom just about finished on the left-hand side for LogCat. Almost called him Kasperr. Again, just a little more damage to do. He got pretty lucky. This is the easiest of the mom's fights, in my opinion, because all she does is stomp her foot down repeatedly. Every now and then you get a triple shot out of one of the eyeballs, but not too bad. Along with getting a really good item here. That box of items gets him 1 of everything. Empress Guard will be a 1-time use of Horror Babylon. Full heal there for LogCat, and he's going to move on down to the womb. There's that loading screen error. I told you I was expecting it. Maybe we're just waiting for it. So let's see when this actually pops through. We got Kasperr sitting at the 1 heart, still looking for that, well, heck, looking for anything at this point on this floor. Because he's got everything else cleared out, so it's a matter of actually getting himself some type of heal here if he can. And bomb's not a bad thing either. He could really use keys, too. Ooh. So that's everything. So that full clear at depths 1. Not worth using up a key at this point. Kasperr needs 4 when he gets into the chest, so he's hanging on to the 2 he's got. That half heart would be nice, but not so worth it here. Oh my goodness. Wow, that loading screen. Come on, second time now. Second time's a charm, right? Totally. Come on, give LogCat his floor. There we go. Ooh, and it's nasty. Curse of Darkness and an expansion Utero version of this womb one. Gets a library right off the bat, though, and that couldn't be any better of a library for LogCat. Wow, that's a tough call. He takes Book of BOILeR with him, which is a damage increase for the room you use it in. He's also got Book of Shadows sitting in there. Oh no! We'll get to this in a second, but Book of Shadows could be 12 seconds of invincibility for LogCat if and when he uses it. However, on the right-hand side, you see Kasperr just ate a Brimstone-related death, so he's all the way back to the beginning here, leaving LogCat a big advantage. Question is, which of those books do you utilize? And again, Log with not that great a tier damage wants that Book of BOILeR for now, it seems. That's a tough call, though. I may take that Shadows. Man. More damage is good. I love being man, I don't even know. A glass cannon's good, but against the last 2 boss fights, that's really a tough decision to have to make. So Kasperr starting off this new run's got his item room right off the bat here. And he'll find himself Scapular. Not that terrible of a thing, and especially given that Kasperr doesn't mind getting down to half a red heart remaining. So that could play a very big role. You get down to half a red heart, that damage that takes you there. Or, let's say that you have a ton of soul hearts built up. As you get down again to just half a red heart remaining after those soul hearts, once per room you get a full soul heart spawn for you because of the Scapular. So that can really, really play a large effect. We saw that in, I believe it was Slackaholic' race against Kasperr. Really play some dividends. So that is actually not a terrible starting item given these rolls. And again, let me list these all out in chat here. There we go. Read. I should have no one asked you. So much love. So much love. Oh, nothing's over yet. Believe me, there is tons of stuff left to go here. And there are some nasty enemies and some nasty floors left to go here for both LogCat and Kasperr later on if he gets that far. So, believe me, this ain't done yet. And we've seen some crazy stuff happen this season, whether it be comebacks or whether it be getting stuck in rooms that just you have no way to get back out of. We've seen some trolliness happen. So you just never know. I mean, I've never given up on anything until that last bit of damage is done. Little positive on both sides here. Right back at you, Bree. And they're back off and running, looks like. Or will be in a second. Oh, yep, there they go. Looks like Log just needed a second or two. All right, they're back off and running. So again, best of luck, guys. That's a good thing about them being on a call together, is if one of them needs to pause, they can both do it. So, no, big ups to you guys, seriously, for being here. NPR, that goes for everybody in here. Like, you guys have been ridiculous with your support all season. Thank you so much, guys. And that comes from the racers, too. Like, you've made a huge difference in, let's see, 4 of them got subscriber buttons. Am I doing my math right? Is it 4 of them this year? There's 3 or 4 got subscriber buttons, and I believe another one got partnered at some point. So we've had a pretty good year as far as that goes. So thank you all for spreading the love to them, seriously. They're the ones that deserve it. I'm just here having fun calling these games. They're the ones that are putting in the effort. So give all the love and respect to the racers, please, because they're the deserving ones. For next season signups, we're going to have information hopefully somewhere around maybe we'll know better like the first of the year, give or take. Because we don't know when Rebirth is coming out, and we're going to do Season 3 in Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Maybe a little while until we actually have the season, but it's going to be public signups. If you guys follow BOILeR.org, which you can see the link in the upper left-hand corner, give that well, not a follow, but favorite it and put it on your favorites bar. Keep checking that around about the first of the year, and we'll start having sign-up information up there. So it's going to be public sign-ups. We'll have a play-in tournament where everybody that's available to sign up for it's going to be able to play in, and if you're good enough, you can get in. So it's still going to be a little bit of luck involved, but at the same point, if you've practiced and you're good enough, you'll have a pretty good shot for next season. So we're going to play in for, I believe, 20 open spots for next year. We got every one of the playoff contestants is going to, well, not every one of them is going to be coming back, but they can if they want to. So they've all got their invites, so that's 12 spots taken up, and I know Vendrith retired, for example, so that opens up another one, so you get the idea. But we'll have a lot of open spots, people can play in, and the playoff contestants from this year, if they want back, are going to be back for Season 3. Let me give you that rules link. Oh, Drummond beat me to it, there you go. So again, Log finishing off that first womb floor pretty efficiently. It's down to just the 2, make that 1 heart remaining. So he's got to play it very, very close to the chest here. And let's see, still no luck with hearts, although can get into that blood challenge room. Again, can't really get any health back out of it, so we'll see. Maybe he gets a health spawn out of this. But again, with the rules, you can never have more than 3 red heart containers at any given point, so there is a bit of a heal. That'll make TheLogcat feel safer. And Casper, with this new boss fight here, will be taking on Black Widow, so lots of extra spawns, and there you see what. It's going to be those splitting enemies, and they are annoying. Those fighters get real trolly. So there's that 5 seconds of damage shield because of the Polaroid for TheLogcat. But again, has no health left to play with. Mom's Pearl's actually okay, but he has to keep Polaroid to get himself into the chest. And again, Casper just about done. There's Black Widow getting finished off, so you have to kill off all these extra enemies, and you can see these spiders. Wow, nice dodge. Kind of gets you cornered from time to time, but very nicely done there by Casper. Getting a lot of brain enemies on this floor. Oh, and walked right into one of them on accident. Ouch. So he's back to the beginning, and we've got a pretty even race. Actually, Casper going to go ahead and reset his, too, because he wasn't too happy with that health up. So wasn't happy with his build, knowing TheLogcat's back at his beginning floor. Just reset his, so we're dead even again at this point. Pun intended, but again, we're dead even. They're both looking at their item rooms. Necronomicon, so not so good. That would actually be a death card use off of the space use item there for Casper, so no thanks on replacing the D6 this early. And TheLogcat can check his out and get chocolate milk offered to him again, so he reset it before and he'll do it a second time. Doesn't want to start with that. Not that terrible of an item, but you're going to wind up with Carpal Tunnel by the end of your run. See what I mean about it's anybody's game at any point? There you go. So we're dead even here again. That's what I love. That's why this game can be random as heck. Like, you're just going to get some rooms that are just trolling to you. And if you got low health, and especially with this, if you guys haven't seen the rules, definitely check out this link that Spazbot's going to give you. And it's, they're pretty bad. Well, not bad, they're brutal, let's put it that way. So again, can never have more than 3 health containers at any time, meaning that poison touch probably not going to help Casper so much. He'll try a judgy please, get nothing out of it, And that's going to be another reset for him, so both still dead even here. Well, that dead bird really, really wants to be taken tonight. Oh, there we go. Kasperr's got something to start with here. So Guardian Angel, so double speed orbital that'll block shots and do 7 contact damage to anything that Kasperr runs it into. So again, really, really good. And again, that'll take any other orbital you get and spin it at double speed as well. So really good find, especially going through the chest, and good way to start your run off. And again, really wants to give TheLogcat that mom's bra. Jeez Louise. So he's resetting yet again. Ugh. Little Gish, that'll be a good way to start. So follow her with Tartier, slowing down movement speed and shot speed of enemies it inflicts it on. Also doing some pretty decent damage. And again, Kasperr did not want that 9 lives dead cat, so not even going to bother with it. On in to get his second orbital, believe it or not. He'll get a cube of meat off of Famine here, so let's all give a quick to Famine if you would. And again, Kasperr will wind up with that second orbital, so good defensive start to this, and that's exactly what you need with these rolls. Yep, both of them died. And again, both of them their boss fights here, so same room at the same time. Once again, we got a Famine fight and a Champion Duke of Flies. So TheLogcat will put down some pretty good damage too, and not far behind Kasperr, who's just about to finish off Famine. Again, there's that cube of meat, so second orbital for Kasperr, again doing that same 7 contact damage and blocking shots, so 2 out of the 3 he can have already. And he's on to his second floor. Log's finished off Duke of Flies. As soon as these flies are dead, he'll wind up with that heart container that he can't take. So go figure, boss is being trolls yet again. TheLogcat on down to his second floor. Gotta love the timing on that as an arcade shows up, don't you? Don't you? Hey, isn't that just perfect? Anyway, so arcade shows up on Kasperr's side as he had over 5 cents. Doesn't want to bother with it at the moment, though. Found a key. Thankfully, good timing on that. He'll be able to get into his item room. So will TheLogcat as he just got one to spawn as well. Make that 2. Well, that worked out beautifully. And speaking of the item room, TheLogcat has found his. Kasperr will backtrack a little bit after his dead end room. Also a curse room over here for TheLogcat you may want to consider early on. Kind of tough to give up that soul heart, but maybe you get something back out of it. Ooh, and speaking of that odd mushroom, Diana's about to be very happy. Fire rate capped out, a little bit of damage down for TheLogcat. But again, he's got that capped out fire rate that he had in the last round. So he's looking like an Uzi once again. Again, if you get a 4th heart container, you have to reset. So you see Kasperr leaving behind some pills there. He doesn't want to take the risk that that's a health up and a forced reset. He's got a real nice defensive build going. So you want 0 risk involved with that. Ooh, Mr. Mega yet again. He'll be very happy. 5 extra bombs doubles up the damage output on him as well. So from 40 up to 80 damage now on bombs. And Kasperr has his boss fight, so he's going to go clear out everything else. Probably play that arcade would be my guess. And once again, we got Famine, so already halfway through his TheLogcat, but let's get another real quick, if you would. Oh, that's not what Kasperr wanted. He wanted to get keys, not so much soul hearts here. So Kasperr may play both of these. Indeed, he's going to play 3-card money, hoping that he can get some keys out of this. Ooh, and speaking of heart containers, Law can't actually take that half an Eternal Heart. That would have become his 4th health container, so leaving that behind, he gets his first orbital, that cube of meat, and he's to the Caves 1 with a slight advantage. Creature. What's up? How you doing? Alright, so not so much luck. Kasperr will try the secret room here. Get another couple of pennies out of it if nothing else. Making that store again worthwhile. So we'll see if he uses up this key. He's got a decision to make on the way through. He knows it's not greed. Not gonna bother with it though, so he'll head on into his boss fight, and there's a Champion Duke of Flies for him as well. And speaking of boss fights, also an item room attached to it for TheLogcat in his Caves 1, so keeping that advantage going. Has already basically full cleared this floor of what he needs. Yeah, now trending on Twitch. Just wait until Ataka makes that a chat add-on emote. Just wait. So let's see what LogCat gets here. Razor Blade yet again. It would damage you to up your damage in the room. But again, with only the 3 red heart containers, that's a bit risky. So he'll leave it behind, go on to face his boss fight against Chubb. And again, that would normally slow Chubb down, but you have to actually hit the front piece of it to actually slow the enemy in this case. The middle one doesn't help. There you go. There's the slowdown from Little Gish. And again, that store not helping out so much, as again, we get to reroll any of the banned items on Kasperr's list. Gets it to turn this time into the ladder and doesn't want to spend his money on it. So on down to the caves. Curse of the Lost adds extra rooms onto this floor. So he's going to have to really hope that he comes across his item room and boss fight quickly here. And there's LogCat finishing off his fight, so with that full heal out of it as well, hoping not to get some health up. Ooh, actually did get health up, and that's a bad one to have to leave behind. Log really gonna wish that he could have found a health down on that floor. So leaving behind Super Bandage would have been 1 red heart and 2 soul heart containers for him. Yep, with the Taka's chat add-on, even if anybody that isn't subscribed can actually BOILeR hype today. So that is an unlocked emote for you guys. If you have a Taka's chat add-on, like I said, you'll actually be able to see it when you type it in. So even if you're not a subscriber, you can use that one. And yet another store, not enough money for LogCat to worry about it, so we'll keep moving on here. Yeah, 1 floor behind, we got Kasperr looking for his item room and boss fight as well. There it is. Love that BOILeR hype. Love it. Alright, still no luck for LogCat, though. Kasperr has found his boss fight here, and again, we'll probably be going back looking for that item room before anything. Ooh, got really close to that, but again, contact damage off of his orbitals helping him out considerably. Let's see if we can't happen to get... at least we got a soul heart out of that item rock for Kasperr, but again, we'll head back to find that item room here. Alright, and another split on LogCat's map. Wow, of all people, and he doesn't even have the Curse of the Lost here. So that's a hell of a floor layout on his side. Creature. God, I love his emotes. That's one person I gotta get off my butt and subscribe to. Alright, yet another banned item show. Wow, man. It's like a banned item show in the shops there for Kasperr. So rerolling one into yet another one. The treasure map sitting in there. If he gets another charge off of that D6, Kasperr can still go reroll that because treasure map is still banned. So again, let me give you a link here. And again, if you guys haven't seen Kasperr's rolls, check out that immature link on Spazbot, and you'll be able to know exactly what's going on here. Because there's a heck of a lot of interesting rolls going. Let's see, we found our boss fight for Log, but he's going to head back again, like Kasperr's doing, to find that item room, which Kasperr's done right now. So let's see just how lucky LogCat can get. He's only got the one way that he can go check for this, so he's not too far off of it, hopefully. My guess would be this will split down another hallway. Speedball, so that'll be movement speed and shot speed increase. Not the best, not the worst for Kasperr, but he's awful cute. I mean, look at those eyes. You can't go wrong. You have to take it just for that, don't you? So again, Kasperr holding on to a banned card at the moment. I may have thought about taking that pill in place of it. He's got 2 of the same now. I may just take that white pill and replace that banned Emperor card. He cannot use that, by the way. Picking it up is okay. You just can't use it as Kasperr. And let's see, being that he's going to save some time, we'll bomb out this side of the room. Log into his item room here for Caves 2. Going to wind up with Abel floating around behind him. So it is a follower technically, but it does the exact opposite of what you do. Notice Log's firing down, it's firing up. He's moving down, it's moving up, so on and so forth. So Abel can help you out, but you really have to work with him. You see that smiley face with the arrow pointing down by where you chat, JRW? Click on that. Eternal Hearts aren't useless. What happens is if they actually ever wind up with a Devil Deal, which they've been few and far between, we haven't seen one in all of round 2 yet. But if they wind up with a Devil Deal, they can spend the red heart containers they have and then replace them with other red hearts that they come across. But you can only have a maximum of 3 at any given time. And Log dealing with Pestilence here will wind up with that second cube of meat adding onto the one he has. So not a second orbital, but a better orbital than he has now. It'll actually shoot out tears as well as still blocking shots and that same contact damage. Alright, so finally getting a special room. At least it's a god room and a free use of those hearts. So free item out of this scapular now for LogCat. That if he gets down to half a red heart, once per room will spawn 1 blue soul heart for you for a little bit of safety. Again, Kasperr with wire coat hanger, gonna get a fire rate increase on his side. And finishing off everything here, let's see what he wants to go back for. Trying to think what else is left on this floor for him. He may just go clear that other room looking for keys. Again, LogCat on its depths 1 already, so building up on that advantage. Forgot he had that roll. Oh, come on to this. These stores, man. Stores don't like Kasperr, and he's just giggling at the moment, because what else can he do? But rerolls the treasure map. I didn't notice he had the charge on his D6. Rerolls treasure map, gets another banned item out of it with the blue candle. So, wow, man, it's trolling him hard right now in the stores. It is really trolling him hard. Oh, isn't it a great creature? I love the darkened chat on Ataka's chat add-on. Plus, it keeps the background on channels, too. So, unlike the stylish version, basically, which if you have that, disable it and use the one in Ataka's chat add-on, you can still see the channel's background at that point. It's so much nicer. And again, Kasperr on down to Caves 2, regular version of it here. So, 1 floor behind LogCat at the moment. He's working on yet another nasty room, but thanks to Little Gish, making these enemies a heck of a lot easier to kill. Makes these so much easier to line up. Yeah, exactly. It's so much easier on the eyes. It doesn't burn out your screen at night if you leave it on, like watching cast while you go to bed. Like, it's beautiful. I love it. Which I had darkened Twitch to begin with, so as soon as this happened, I was like, well, now I can get rid of that. Thank you. Alright, both doing really good jobs here in these rooms. And yet another key showing up, so at least we got 2 now on LogCat's side, as he's still looking for that second to last item room, but really would love to come across keys on both of these runs at the moment. And speaking of keys, can't really use it in that challenge room. You could as LogCat, but he doesn't want to waste the extra time or that key at the moment. And again, Kasperr finding boss fights way earlier than his item rooms. So he'll have another decision to make. He's got the keys, I'm sure he'll go back looking for his item first. And indeed, we'll do just that. I may actually consider taking out the boss fight in that situation, trying to get a devil deal out of it if at all possible. Because that way, just maybe you wind up with another health up in the item room as well that you can actually take. Yep, $1,000 in the prize pool. And yes, I do. Tom Van Cole. Hopefully I got that right. Anyways, I think I did. Anyways, Tom, yes, I do. If you go to my YouTube, I've actually got every single race up to this point uploaded up there, except for the weeks where my internet went really stupid and we can't really make highlights of them. So there's 2 weeks missing off of there, which is, I think, week 4 and week 7. Or part of week 4 and all of week 7 for the most part. But every other race is up there. It's all actually listed out in pretty... I think it is actually the order that everything happened in, too. But yeah, they're all up there. And again, LogCat going in, finding a banned item in that store. Rerolls it. He's got Bum Friend sitting in there now, and that's really not worth your money. So he's going to leave it behind, take that Soul Heart out, and find both item room and boss fight connected together again in Depths 1. So he's getting pretty lucky with these. Although had to clear the entire floor to get here. So he could have gotten a lot luckier, mind you. But he'll use up that last key momentarily, and we'll see what he gets for his second to last item room. Kasperr going to spend some time gambling on the right side. Again, he would love that key the 3-card Monty's showing. Keys? Oh, it is. Thank you. So he'll gladly take these. The more the merrier at this point. Ooh. Blood rights for LogCat. That's going to get left behind again with damage you to give you a Necronomicon effect of 40 damage to everything in the room as you use it. But again, hits you for a full red hearted damage, and that's a little risky. Sure thing, Quackums. Items, please. It'll happen at some point. Sooner or later, something will show up that one of them can take that's just like, oh, there we go. Again, iKasperr getting pretty lucky with his orbitals out at this point. Log's got 1, which is not 0, and again, does have that capped out fire rate, so they're both looking okay. But I wouldn't call it necessarily phenomenal. Now, here's an interesting one. TheLogcat's fighting Gish. He's already got Little Gish, so we know full well that you're not going to get a Little Gish spawn at the end of this room. Sadly, you can't get 2 of them. That'd be really, really cool if you could, though. Admit if you're watching, cough, cough, wheeze, wheeze. Put that in rebirth. That'd be really cool. But we know that we're not going to get Little Gish out of this room, so probably going to wind up with a health up, unless he's lucky enough. I think he's already gotten the box of items, though, as TheLogcat. No, he hasn't, I can tell. What's up, Mugen? How you doing? So there's that item room showing up on iKasperr's side finally. 7 keys now, so he's looking okay for himself. He'd like to still see a few more, but he's okay with this for the time being. I love the fact that Gish can actually get slowed down by Little Gish. I never even knew that. Huh, learn something new every day, and it takes till the finals to actually see that occur. Magneto, not the best, not the worst. iKasperr will take it here, and that'll actually draw any type of, like you see right there, that bomb. Anything metallic will get drawn towards that magnet attached to your head. Ooh, did TheLogcat luck out? How about the pentagram? Damage up on his tears, and he's on down to the depths too, feeling a lot better now. So again, actually has more chance of seeing Devil Deal spawns for the rest of the run, though very few floors where he could actually access them. So very, actually little chance of seeing one yet, but it does up your ability to actually see those. TheLog will be a very, very happy man with that pentagram. And again, iKasperr moving on over towards this boss fight. This one we know is going to wind up giving him Little Chad at the end of it, so facing Chad. Little Chad, the guaranteed item at the end of this. iKasperr, every couple rooms he clears out, will get half a red heart to spawn to heal him up. And again, not the worst thing ever, especially with a low health run. That could kind of help out. Yeah, if you're crying blood, please go see a doctor. Or a priest, one of the two. Probably both. Find a priest that's also a doctor. That might be your best bet. And again, if it's coming out of the area further south, please go to a doctor. You have been warned. Hey, what's up, Lily? How you doing today? Good to see you. Ooh, there's that item room for iKasperr. So let's see again. Gonna go ahead and grab those 2 bombs. Thank you to Magneto. You can get those out of there. Speed up if he wants that belt. He will take it, so movement speed increase, and iKasperr's gonna be cruising now. So I'd be very careful with that speed. That's about the limit of speed up. That's actually about a speed over what I actually like to have. So I may have passed on that as iKasperr, but he'll take it with him again. Doing a really good job dodging with it. Way better than I could. I hate having good speed. Awesome, good to see you. Yeah, go to a hospital with a priest on staff. There's your safest bet. Alright, Rusted Key, now more chance of key spawns for iKasperr. Again, that'll last at least until the depths too. Again, you have to take the Polaroid with you as we're racing through the chest. So unless he gets Mom's purse to get a second trinket spot, he's gonna have to replace that at some point. So we'll hope for some keys on the way there. Get a voice like mine, lucky genetics. My dad happens to speak exactly like I do. Which is kind of funny because I used to actually call myself in sick to high school. They thought I was my dad. It worked out nicely, I'll say that much. But honestly, it was sheer dumb luck. It was just genes. Just sheer dumb luck on the genes. Alright, there's that last item room showing up on TheLogcat's, and again, has already found his boss fight as well. So speaking of boss fights, we're going to have iKasperr making his way through that room, which thankfully, again, he's got the bombs. Ooh. And has found himself that item rock in which we got a small rock, so movement speed drops a little bit, and that's a good thing. He picked up his speed up. But damage up and fire rate increase on his tears for iKasperr. He has to face yet another trolley boss, though, in the green bloat. And you see what you're going to do here. Basically, he can double brimstone directly down. Can't do it upwards, though. So you try to get him to jump down to the bottom of the screen. Avoid everything you can, be up at the top, and you can fire on him directly and be very safe in the process, as long as you can dodge everything else. So very, very nicely done here. iKasperr using those bombs to his advantage as well. No damage taken on the green bloat. Ooh, that was close. That was really close, but again, can't take that 4th health container. iKasperr kind of upset that he has to leave it. And he'll be down to depths 2, where Log is looking to finish off Blue Mom's foot at the moment. Again, it's spawning off those extra, expansion level enemies, because I can speak good. So Log trying to take care of all these. Last little bit of health to take care of on the foot as well, which will take care of all the extra enemies in the room. But you have to worry about killing the foot and not one of the eyeballs. If the shadow shows up and you kill an eyeball, she hits you for a full heart of damage. More pills. I wouldn't risk it as TheLogcat, and I doubt he's got 2 of the same, but I'm not sure I'd do it at this point. Yeah, I'd do the same thing and just leave them. Again, can't have 4 red heart containers. If one of those happened to be health up, that's a reset. And Log wants no part of getting rid of this run. Yes, you are, Captain. Where's my mouse? There it is. There we go. There's your link for iKasperr's rolls on Imager. And again, check that out, because there's some brutal stuff. But yes, you can reroll any of those banned items, including the same 7 from the regular season of BOILeR. So add on to that list that you see there on that Imager link. Add on Dr. Fetus, Epic Fetus, Ipecac, Dead Sea Scrolls, Holy Bible, Toothpicks, and the Shovel. So any of those, along with those pictured in that Imager link, can be rerolled with the D6. Hence why they're both still holding on to it. And if you guys haven't seen it yet, by the way, go check out Platinum God. Because not just for the explanation of items, but go check it out. Alec did a freaking awesome job with it. And again, if you type in BOILeR, you can actually see every one of the banned items on there, too. So that's probably the better way to do it, is actually hit up platinumgod.co.uk that Spazbot linked up. And you can actually type in BOILeR in the search bar. It'll show you every one of the banned items, let alone you can see any usage of any other item that does happen to show up, let alone synergies there. Alec did a really good job with that site. So definitely check that out. I'd spend your time there. Ooh, and speaking of your bloat fights, TheLogcat gonna have to deal with it over on the left side now. He gets the regular red version, though. So not that scary, but you do have to watch out for all this blood on the ground. Again, doing a really good job of that slowdown effect, hitting at perfect times. He can't actually jump up to the top, so Little Gish is actually a real bro in this fight. Log doing the exact same method here. Not gonna walk in front or to the sides, just get bloat to jump down to the bottom of the floor. And there you go, beautiful job. He'll get that health back and get himself a shot speed increase, along with one random card. Ooh, Joker. Would take TheLogcat into a Devil Deal or God Room. Yeah. In this case, a Devil Deal where he can only take... Oh, that works out well. I was going to say, there's 2 ways he can do this. He could have taken the luck foot on the left. Since he rerolled it, that's off limits now, but with one of the banned items in there, Guppy's Paw rerolled it and got the nail. Big find for TheLogcat. So spends one of his red hearts. He's going to fill most of it back up here. But now every time he uses the nail, gets a damage increase and that 1 soul heart that you just saw right there. So big find. He can also take pills now in hopes that maybe he gets a health container back. So big find there. What's up, Scheffler? How you doing, sir? Good to see you tonight. And speaking of boss fights, iKasperr looking at his here as well. So holding on to the pills. Can't take him yet, just in case it is health up. Because again, 4th red heart container equals reset. Ooh, now a golden key, so infinite keys for the floor for TheLogcat, and any he picks up are just going to stay on there until he hits his next floor, the Cathedral. So anything locked, TheLogcat can open up free of charge, but he would love to find 3 more keys between now and the beginning of that chest floor for him. So let's see, another health container iKasperr can't take. He'll take his Polaroid, both have it, and again, you have to have it to get into the chest, so had to replace both of their trinkets up to this point. But both down on their wounds now. 1 floor ahead is TheLogcat on the left-hand side, looking to tie this up in 1 apiece. I know, iKasperr's had so many. Ooh, let me know how the World Series is going, too, because I obviously can't watch it at the moment. That and I have no TV, so... Yeah. Well, my TV's being used for this, so... fair trade. Totally fair trade. And again, with those infinite keys, TheLogcat will go ahead and take that locked chest, the gray chest in the center, and has found his boss fight, so Mom's heart on the other side of this room. Question is, I think as LogCat, you may go clear out one more room to get that charge back on your nail beforehand to make that fight go a heck of a lot quicker. So we'll see if he does exactly that. I'm pretty much convinced he will. Oh, he's not. I'll be damned. So heading right on into Mom's Heart here, wanting to keep that advantage on iKasperr, not even going to get his full charge. So here's hoping for the best. Down to 1.5 hearts, remember, so he's got to clear through this. How about some free bombs? Thank you. Loving the game does that for you. Oh, and Monstro pushed that bomb just slightly out of the way so it didn't hit Mom's heart, but at least he got damage done on Monstro with it. So log down to just 3 bombs here. He's going to double bomb yet again, trying to get all the damage he can done as quickly as possible to Mom's heart. Hey, if Zeke keeps practicing, he could try it next year just the same as anybody else, so believe me, there's going to be a lot of challenge involved with getting in for next season, too. Like, it's not going to be easy by any means. Knowing the people that I know are going to sign up, let alone the 12 that are going to come back, you guys are going to have a real fight on your hands, let alone with a brand new game that you have to learn almost instantaneously, too. So it's going to be a lot of challenge next season. I don't even want to call it a brand new game, but being that we're going to use Rebirth, it kind of sort of is, if you've heard what Edmund was saying. If you saw him last night on Northern Lions Cast, he said quite a bit, actually, about Rebirth, and there's some real crazy cool stuff coming. So it's going to be interesting, I'll say that much. Next season's going to start sometime right after Rebirth comes out, which we don't know a specific release date yet, so we're kind of waiting around on that at the moment, I should say. And here we go, iKasperr's found his boss fight through that Curse of Darkness on Womb 1. It's got double Loki going on. And again, on the left-hand side, we got LogCat just a little under the halfway mark done on Mom's Heart. You can thank Little Gish making these night spawns go way easier again with that slowdown. And with just the one bomb, he'll hang on to it for now. iKasperr through this fight already, a little bit of range up, at least finally gets to take something off of a boss fight. And he'll be on down to the Womb too. Alright, so now clearing out Mom's Heart. We got that full charge on the nail for LogCat. He's on up to the Cathedral with a full floor advantage at the moment. There's that nail use, and again, the one problem is you're going to get a little bit of slowdown with it as well. So those Globins getting a little too close for comfort on Log's side. So lost that Soul Heart he got immediately, but keeps that damage up still. See, tower card, random bomb spawns throughout the room. iKasperr with another tick showing up. Wants no part of it, though, as again, that would replace his Polaroid and screw him at this point. And both of these guys would love to see some Soul Hearts. iKasperr would love to find himself an arcade to gamble at here. He's got plenty of money to do it. Ooh, nice, 4-4 right now. Nice. Alright, iKasperr back up to that half a heart, so that Polaroid will be enacted again. So he has plenty of bombs and keys, so let's check out this locked chest. Gets his bombs back. And where's that boss fight going to be hiding? Well, that leaves it down to just 2 ways for him to check. And again, excuse me, LogCat down to half a red heart, gets that scapular enacted, so there you see 1 full blue soul heart spawning on his health build. Again, still has to worry about this nasty double greed room. Eey. Okay, down to half a heart yet again. Ooh, that was actually a Balls of Steel pill, so he left 2 of those behind, sadly. But 2 soul heart increase there for LogCat now. So he's feeling a little bit safer than he was even 2 seconds previous. Just a little more damage to lay down. If it weren't for those guys in the center of the room, those turrets are about the only thing making this room so bad. Alright, whole tons of money, though no real use for it for LogCat, so let's see which direction to check. Ooh, yet another dead end and a nasty one, too. I might use that last bomb as LogCat to get the heck out of here. That's a brutal room. Especially if they start flying in opposite directions like they were. That can be a real pain. And on the right-hand side, we got iKasperr catching up quickly, is fighting off again, or fighting Mom's heart at this point. See the huge damage up off of his bombs as he's got Mr. Mega, so those are doing 80 damage each time. You'd be surprised. I pay more attention to the races than you think I actually do. So I see some stuff, like, that one stuck out in my head for some reason. Like, he's had multiples of these before, and he didn't use them. So it actually, like, I don't know why, but I remember the TheLogcat had actually seen a few more. It happens. It's just random memory. That's literally all I'll chalk it up to. Because I'm definitely not paying that close of attention, but I did happen to recognize it, so it's luck. And iKasperr down to that last little bit. Let's see, will Mom's Heart stay out this round? No, it won't. I don't know that he wanted it out this round either. This is kind of a pain in the butt spawn to have at the moment. So we'll take out Chubb. That next round should keep it lives out the rest of the time, and he'll be able to play some real quick catch-up. And yet another triple headless fight. Oh, God, at these rooms. Log doing a great job dodging these, though. And again, no real choice there in the matter, so down to that half a red heart, gets the scapular enacted yet again. You get the one per room. And he'll use the one bomb he's got to make this go a little bit quicker for him. So gets his one bomb back. Thank you very much, game. He'll head back for his one red heart that he's got sitting out on the floor. And then we'll continue on here down on the south side, see if he can't find his boss fight. Again, no item rooms, no stores to be looking for. Ooh, yeah, that's a half a heart, so I thought that was a full one like TheLogcat did too. So he'll leave it for the time being. Again, if he gets hit, he'll lose that soul heart, but he'll get a 5-second damage shield with the Polaroid because he's at half a red heart, and then another full soul heart to replace it with once per room. So not the end of the world here. Again, that pretty much full heal for Kasperr. Let's see, he's going to head back, and is he actually just going to full heal? Yes, he is. So let's see, what else are we looking for? Does he really want an arcade? Nope, he's got other stuff sitting on the floor, apparently. Nope, he is going to keep clearing. I'll be damned. Ooh, actually getting 2 keys back out of using 2 keys, so TheLogcat breaking even off of that. Was probably hoping for some health. No such luck, but at least he has half of the keys he needs for his next floor. Let's see, half a heart, useful, but no bomb for it. There's that arcade. That's probably what Kasperr was searching for here. So may not be the library that he may have really wanted, but at least we got an arcade. And let's see, with that extra half a heart, TheLogcat's going to head all the way back over to the left-hand side here, grab the other half he's got. Played a little bit safe, which I don't blame him in the slightest bit for. This low of health, I'm going to grab everything I can. Yep, Locke could actually check that curse room if he really wanted to beforehand. And that's why I was saying Scapular actually a pretty good item for him to start off with, so I liked when he picked it up. Or, well, not start off with, but when he picked it up, that was actually kind of key. Again, playing some big dividends for him here at the moment. So yet another dead end room, putting down some pretty decent damage, though, at this point. That was really quick in that room. And Kasperr doing some gambling, has nothing but red hearts in here to this point. Let's see, having another random pill. We're going to hang on to that as TheLogcat again. Well, actually, he could use it now if he wanted to. He could actually get a health up and still be perfectly okay with it. But he'll head on in as he's found his boss fight to face Isaac here at the end of the cathedral. So again, the tougher, in my opinion, of these two finishing boss fights, every time, and again, it's same thing with the Blue Baby on the next floor, but every time you make damage, which, with that capped out fire rate of the Odd Mushroom, TheLogcat's going to put down a lot of damage here. Every time you do that, though, it's going to fire back at you as Isaac, so unless you have that slowdown effect on Gish, you get a lot of bullet hell going on here. TheLogcat doing a really good job of it so far, already about we'll say a quarter of the way through. Ooh, down to half a heart, so there's your 5 seconds of damage shield, and that one or soul heart, I should say, excuse me, for TheLogcat. So that's the only time Scapular is going to proc for him. So now he has to be very, very careful from here on out. Not that he hasn't been already, but now he has to really play it safe. No bombs either. And Kasperr building up a ridiculous amount of red hearts in this room. So running low on money, but can play that heart machine a few hundred times here. Again, and there's that halfway mark on TheLogcat's side. Ooh, got hit again, so 5 more seconds of damage shield. Again, he'll back off so he doesn't take any faceplant damage. Nice dodge. Ooh, too close. And down to phase 3 here, so lots of extra screaming babies, I should say. They're not demons, they're screaming babies. Oh god, we're gonna spawn, and that's the problem. They'll spawn right up underneath you. So TheLogcat down back to the beginning there, ouch. And that leaves Kasperr a huge advantage here on the right-hand side, as he's still doing some gambling on his womb too, that he has cleared out already. But he's still looking to get anything else out of this that he can. So new run started up here. Bloodlust, not necessarily the best, not the worst thing either, but Log gonna go ahead and reset that open for better. Tech 2, not the worst thing. That'll change your shot into a permanent laser firing out, and you still get your other eye to do your normal tiers. But again, you get a little bit of damage down, but a pretty constant firing tier there with Technology 2. So again, that can actually, again, very much haunt you on the last 2 boss fights, as you were seeing. The quicker your fire rate, the more return fire you get. And Kasperr gonna keep messing around here, see what he can't happen to get. We got tons of blue pills, but do you take that risk? Because, God, if that's a health up, that's a real troll. Nope, they're all bad gas, so wow, I can't believe he took that risk. But 3 bad gas pills sitting there, so he wants no part of those, obviously. And there you go, grab some money, let alone his heal back. Let's go gamble once more. There's some keys. Again, not necessarily what he needs, but definitely not going to argue him in the chest. One more orbital would be sweet. That's another half a heart, so does he keep playing the heart machine? Might as well as Kasperr. And again, you can actually hit that blood machine twice on that same heart as you saw him do. And finally out of ways to gamble here, so you can keep playing 3-card Monty if he wants to, but looks like Kasperr is going to be done with everything here. So he'll take that 1 white pill with him. He'll be moving on up to the cathedral as he's got everything else cleared on this floor. How do I keep losing my mouse out of here? What the heck? That's weird. Anyways, there's a link on Spazbot for you at Imager.com. That'll give you the rules listing for this one. Alright, up to the cathedral. 4 heart containers on Kasperr's side. And again, with a huge advantage right now, looking to finish this off if he can for a 2-0 win here in the finals and a championship. Wow, to this. So already with a pretty well capped out fire rate, that'll give you damage down on TheLogcat's side, so he's thinking about this. He's going to take it anyway, so even more fire rate on that, believe it or not, that it does make Tech 2 fire quicker. But again, a little bit more damage down, so he's got almost a full damage decrease on that tier. But how did I know Diana would be the happiest person in chat after seeing that? Yeah, the 3rd time that thing's shown up for him, like it wants to give him capped out shot speed. Kasperr doing a really good job here in this room, taking out Black Widow's got the 1 extra bomb fly to take care of. Again, there you see the piercing effect on Technology 2, hitting every piece of pin so that TheLogcat can actually hang on to his bomb instead of one hitting this guy like you normally do. And lining up chain reactions very nicely over on Kasperr, so that attack fly doing some work for him as well. He'll keep on trying over to the right side. Ooh, look at that. Internal compassed himself right on over to his boss fight. So we got Isaac on the other side of this door for Kasperr now. Yeah, he's got a ridiculous fire rate, but literally almost no damage. Alright, so we got a Lover's card that'll spawn 2 red hearts for Kasperr whenever he needs it. That'll be useful in boss fights. And let's see, plenty of extra hearts on the floor, but nothing else except for that burnt penny, which not going to help him so much. So let's check this curse room. Nothing doing. He'll go heal up here. And again, be on into his Isaac fight momentarily. So 2 orbitals, double speed on them both for Kasperr. So we got even more shot blocking capability than TheLogcat had. But here we go, 2.5 hearts, looking to get himself on up to the chest level. And again, plenty of bombs, so he's not going to even fire. And again, that's a really good move. Again, damage is going to make Isaac fire back at you. So, ooh, getting kind of cheap shotted there by one of those. But again, already halfway through thanks to all these bombs. And this is the tougher of the 2 boss fights, so Kasperr's just going to go ahead and melt through this guy as quick as he can. Blue Baby goes down a lot easier. And Kasperr will try not to pick up that extra red heart just in case he gets hit again, because he would get another Polaroid enacted. Just like that, so now he can pick up his other heart. He gets 5 more seconds of damage shield and invincibility here. So lay down that 1 last bomb. Again, try to do the same thing just on the offhand chance that he does get hit. I like that move. So with this Polaroid, pretty much everything he can for a full heal. He'll grab that Hermit card, which is a random teleport if he gets stuck in a dead-end room. And let's see, what else does he have available to him? So he'll grab that other half a heart, amazingly enough. And gonna take the pill instead. That's a little more risky. I may take the teleport instead of the pill. Wow, I don't know about that call on Kasper's side, but going on up to the chest, 1 floor left to go. And again, looking for that victory. Just has to clear out the boss fight at the end of this floor and could have himself a 2-0 win here in the championship. Ooh, Ban Miter, he can re-roll this room now, but again, can only take what the Miter rolls into. Nothing else useful. So that top right item's going to get re-rolled. And let's see if it doesn't happen to be useful. Nothing else is takeable, remember, guys. If he re-rolls him. He can take him before he re-rolls him, but I really doubt he's going to. Thinking about it, yes he will. Ooh, Harlequin Baby coming out of there, so possibly more damage up. Again, it's going to fire more on the last boss. But Kasperr going to take Harlequin Baby for a little bit of ease as far as getting to the boss in the first place. No, believe me, nothing's over yet. If you guys haven't seen the chest level, prepare for a lot of boss fights, posing as mini boss fights that you can't bomb out of. So you have to clear the rooms you go into. You're stuck in here. So triple Loki to start off with. And again, if you're lucky and you get chests up here, it's going to be another item for you. And Kasperr's got plenty of keys. So you can make yourself overpowered in these levels very, very easily. But at the same point, you gotta kind of risk a few things. Oh, PhD's a ridiculous item. That's a room everybody hates. Yep, when the 3 items that weren't banned in the first place got rerolled, those are now completely off limits. So it doesn't matter if Kasperr goes back in and rerolls that room again, he still can't pick up anything in there. And there's why the High Priestess card is so useful. Hi, mini boss fight, bye, mini boss fight. So TheLogcat ripping on through, excuse me, I can never think of names now all of a sudden, but ripping on through, getting himself left hand out of this. So he's going to move on, getting a lot more red chest spawns. And again, that kind of haunts you up in the chest as well, because you don't want red chests up there, you want regular ones. But again, can be easily replaced, and you have to replace it with a Polaroid at some point, unless you get Mom's Purse for a second trinket spot. So still a good thing to start with. Last little bit of damage in this mini boss room. Kasperr at the 2 hearts. Make that 2.5, so at least he's feeling safer. But which way do you check? He'll keep going to the right. Let's see where this goes. Double Monstro, not that bad of a room. And you should be able, just like Kasperr's doing, watch the heads on Monstro. You'll see him kind of go 1, 2, a little bit of a pause, and then Brimstone. Notice that Kasperr is keeping him in a perfect pattern here. That is not easy to do with doubles, but very, very nicely done to this point. Just go side to side, count in between, move in between the 2 in that Brimstone shot. And just keep going over side to side like he's doing. They can't do a thing to you. So very, very masterfully done here. Oh yeah, I'll be racing Gambit a lot this year, actually. Alright, so got through that room, absolutely no problems. Let's see, which way will Kasperr choose? I might try down south. Yep, he's going to do the same thing. How about a Super Wrath fight? So this is going to spawn homing troll bombs, which, if you see what Kasperr's doing, he's lining it up so that those actually hit Super Wrath, which, if you're very lucky, you can get away from him and actually line him up just perfectly as he did right there. So very, very nicely done. That's got Mr. Mega damage on it as well. So he's going to get through this room almost no problems here. As long as that doesn't get too close to him. And again, you got to watch out for that Magneto as well, because that's actually going to draw that troll bomb in the center slightly closer to him. So let's see, still continuing on. Let's try down to the south still. Ooh, that's going to break over to the left side. That may be a good sign for Kasperr. Ooh, God, that's a risky item. Mom's bottle of pills. So Log going to take one of them with him and leave that bottle back behind. Again, if it's a health up pill that he has in his hand, and he were to take it right now, that's a reset. Can't have more than 3 red heart containers at any given time. And Kasperr doing a good job getting Gluttony out of the center of the room. That's the big fear in this room. You can deal with Wrath and with Greed, but you have to get Gluttony out of there. And again, Gluttony's not a scary enemy by any means, but when you put him in a room with so many other enemies like this that can shoot in different directions, you need to get that Brimstone shot gone as quickly as you can. Ooh, and look at this. Kasperr's internal compassed yet again directly to his boss fight, folks. So we have Blue Baby on the other side of that room. and a possible 2-0 win here for iKasperr. So wow, did he ever internal compass the two most important floors? Wow to that. We've said it all year. This guy has some sort of internal compass working for him, and he goes right towards boss fights if you can. But wow to that find. Speaking of those, we got 2 of them here on TheLogcat's side as he's on that XL floor looking to finish this off and go down to the depths. But again, iKasperr sitting at 2.5 hearts. Still got that one real bad boss fight to come here, and he's hoping for some sort of good item off of this if he isn't lucky. Heck, honestly, I'd take Bob's Rotten Head off of this. I would take almost anything, honestly. Because if you're not going to have a use for that D6 anymore, so any type of space use here, anything at all would be very needed. Anything but health up, let me rephrase that. Ah, no luck. At least we get a card for iKasperr. And let's see. So he's going to take a deep breath here. I can see him in the corner of my eye. So let's see. Oh, Sun card. Ban card. Go figure. And that would have helped immensely, too. Oh, your rules, man. Your rules. So iKasperr will keep that pill with him. Again, hoping that's a full health pill if he needs it. But he's going to take a big, deep breath here, make his decision. Ooh, what's he going to go grab? Because he's got nothing that he can take in that first item room. Is he actually going to go clear something else? Oh my god, you are, aren't you? You're thinking about it. Don't do it. You can't take any of those. You can't re-roll them either. He's thinking about going for other items. Oh my god. Whew, that's a tough call, man. So it looks like there's your decision being made. iKasperr's gonna head back towards that boss fight. Yep, decision time is over. So heading on in, we got Blue Baby. He's not gonna take that half heart. He wants his Polaroid enacted. Good dodge there. And on this note, all right, yeah, he's taking a deep breath once again. You could totally do this, man. I got faith. I got faith. iKasperr looking for that 2-0 win, though. TheLogcat catching up quickly is in depths 1 at the moment. Has already gotten his item room and is just looking for a boss fight. But here we go, guys. For all the marbles, can iKasperr kill off Blue Baby for that 2-0 win? And again, less health than Isaac had, believe it or not. Ooh, down to 1.5 hearts already, though. And again, there's the risk involved with this. You still get a lot of shots back. Make that half a heart now. So with the 5 bombs, iKasperr will head into the center. Ooh, do you take that pill? I don't even know if you risk that, honestly, but you might have to in hopes that it's full health. God, I don't know, man. iKasperr not going to bother with it, but wow, this is tough to do. Oh, God, clench your butts. We're 25% of the way through here. iKasperr still dodging. Oh, God, I was going to say, but if you don't use that pill, you'll never know. So that puts him all the way back down to the beginning.